Let's go. Where's my music? Let's get the music going. And my cat is already bugging the hell out of me. All right. Hello. Welcome to the show. We are just starting. We're starting. Let me just make sure everything's looking good on my end. Why is my restream not working? Hang tight. We've got Daniel Hume saying first. You're supposed to be on the show. What you doing, Daniel? Hi, Daniel. Hello. It begins. It begins. Just make sure I got everything. 6:11? It is 6:11. Correct. Copy link address. Let me let everybody know that we're streaming.
Yeah, I saw that.
What's up, Daniel?
All good. I just saw your notification. And I just
Heck yeah, bro.
and I needed to say first.
Hell yeah.
Get my deeps on. You know what I mean?
We're just waiting for calls. I'm not playing any video games right now. I mean, I could.
How come?
I could play some
come?
video games.
That is weird. It's like I'm so accustomed to seeing you play something.
Let me see.
It's very weird to see you not do that.
Is it?
Yeah.
Sometimes I like to
me.
just sit down, just talk about the point, I guess. Let's take a look.
It's just
here.
like, I'm just used to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, you left the show. It went on for like another hour and a half. It's like,
Oh yeah.
it was crazy. As soon as did you see?
It
As soon
was
as
like
I changed
11
the topic
o'clock.
to like,
It was like 11 o'clock. I was like,
know,
bro, I gotta call it. We got Shfifty who just
Dono.
joined in. How you doing, Shfifty? Hello, welcome. We've got Anthony Blinken saying happy day of Thor. That is in fact what Thursday is.
Dono.
That's very cool.
that is true.
Very,
Yeah, it's
very
like
true.
I was really surprised. I mean, I wasn't really that surprised, but you saw as soon as I changed the topic,
Yeah.
boom. like,
Rainbow Ash
instant,
just
you know?
joined. Hello, Rainbow Ash. Jigga James just joined. Hello. Welcome. Welcome, everybody.
Dude, I noticed like chat looks so much better ever since that infamous day.
What? What infamous day?
And when with the ban hammer, when the ban hammer hit the chat,
Yeah.
right? I mean, I just felt like I just feel like the side chat. Oh my god, that's like so much better, like the YouTube.
Oh
chat,
yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, they're nicer
Like
now.
so much better. Yeah.
55
So much
saying
more
hi, James and
positivity.
Rainbow. We are taking calls. Phone number is 202-998-5218. You guys want to have a conversation, we can do so. I had the unfortunate run-in on Modern Day Debate Discord today.
Oh my god.
Do you
What was
know who I talked with?
Oh. I mean, there were some people today.
Do you know
on
Tom
there.
R?
Tom
R is Bint Jase.
I don't know if I ever talked with him.
Oh,
I
this
don't know.
guy's horrible.
I mean, there's
We had
there's
a
few of them.
we had a brief conversation.
Saint Preacher
Yeah.
on MDD. So today I was dunking him so hard on the reliability of the Bible that he had to nuke his channel.
Wait,
his
who?
VC. Yeah, Saint Preacher. So he nuked it. He made another one. I don't know. He thought that I'm not gonna come back or something. I went back. He nuked it again and just
Yeah.
left.
Well,
It's
hold
like
on. Maybe
crazy.
you'll recognize it. Okay, I'm gonna share it real quick so you can see it.
Yeah.
Do you know this person?
Just a second. Oh my god. I wasn't on the stream. I was actually just watching on YouTube.
No, you're good.
Oh, yeah. I know this guy.
Do you know
yeah.
this guy?
Yeah. I know this guy.
He's
Tom
just
Rees,
he's like an unironic Nazi. He's just a Nazi.
Yeah. He's one of the people on the radar.
He said white Sharia here. But let's scroll down, right? Like, this guy reposted this. Like, oh yeah, that's fine, I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
let's see what else he posted.
Twitter, so yeah.
He could just post this. Like, it blows my mind. Look at this guy. Look at that. This guy's like, yeah, Hitler. He's all right, I guess. That's what he says.
Yeah, dude. I mean, these people are just.
Look at him. He's like
people
posting Mein Kampf. He's like, yeah, this is fine. And I was like talking to the guy, and I was like, I just told him. I decided to tell him. I was like, you know, you have an enlarged amygdala. What do you? He does.
Oh, probably. I haven't really had like that many conversations with him, but yeah, I know him. I know who he is. I've seen him around.
Let me see if I can find it. This is a wild. I just want you guys to use this in your arguments. Whenever you're talking with a right winger, you got to come in and you got to say "wholly enlarged amygdala, Batman." Why? Because it turns out that conservatism predicts a greater amygdala BNST connectivity during periods of threat versus safety. So basically, when they have this like enlarged amygdala, they perceive threats like basically like more often.
Yeah, I mean that's one of the old structures in the brain, right?
Yeah.
Which is like, you know, it's about like emotional control, like emotional responses, you know, so it does that, right? And it's like if you have like a larger one, then you're gonna have like a much more like instant and like gut reactions to people, right? And including you know anything that comes out of like fear, disgust, you know, stuff like that. So
yeah, let's
it
read.
Can probably make you more racist.
Let's read what this says. It says political conservatism is associated with increased negativity bias, including an increased attention and reactivity towards negative and threatening stimuli. Although the human amygdala has been implicated in the response to threatening stimuli, no studies to date have investigated whether conservatism is associated with altered amygdala function towards threat. Furthermore, although influential theory posits that the connectivity between the amygdala and the bed nucleus of the stria terminalis, the BNST, is important in initiating the responses to sustained and uncertain threat. Whether individual differences in conservatism modulate this connectivity is unknown. To test whether conservatism is associated with increased reactivity in neural threat circuitry, we measured participants' self-reported social and economic conservatism and asked them to complete high-resolution fMRI scans while under threat of an unpredictable shock while safe. We found that the economic conservatism predicted greater connectivity between the bed nucleus stria terminalis and the cluster of voxels in the left amygdala during threat versus safety. The results suggest an increased amygdala BNST connectivity during threat may be key to the neural correlate of enhanced negativity bias towards conservatism.
Yeah, what you gonna do, man?
There was some stuff that I found, like what increases the size of the amygdala.
Yeah, you know, it's a it's a bit of a misnomer what I'm gonna say, but you heard the term like lizard brain, right? And like lizard brain is like the amygdala would, you know, you could consider it some of like the older structures, right? Like in the evolution of the brain in the neural system, right? In mammalians. So technically, you know how they're like the conspiracies about lizard people, and it's mostly conservatives talking about lizard people. Apparently, it's just them. You know, they're the lizard people. They're just more like that.
Asterix.
Let me see. I gotta see if I can find what were the exact things, because I remember it was like apparently eating a lot of fatty foods, which, let's be honest, a lot of right-wingers, they eat a lot of meat, fatty meat.
Depends on the fat though, right? Because I don't think they're eating avocados. Just saying.
I'm saying, like, they're eating a bunch of red meat, you know?
Yeah. I mean, that's very manly.
Yeah. Anyway, I told Tom R. if he likes to kiss his ammunition as he uses it. He's like, "What do you mean?" I said, "Well, I just wanted to confirm, because like of all the lead poisoning that's going on in your brain, I was just trying to figure out what it."
Oh God.
And did you know that increased lead concentration causes this amygdala problem? It all falls in. It all just falls into place. It's incredible.
Well,
right?
Apparently he's also one of the persons that puts the auto mod to work for the N-word. Yeah, for the N-word.
Well, okay.
Yeah. So that's nice of him.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those guys, right? So yeah, you know exactly who they are as soon as they start talking.
Yeah. So we are taking calls. Phone number is 202-998-5218. Call in if you want to have a discussion. More than happy to hear you out. Right now, we're just kind of chilling out. Maybe I can troll Twitter for a little while. We got to take a look here.
Dude, Twitter. Oh my God.
Don't you mean X? The everything app?
You got to be careful with Twitter,
I'm gonna die
man.
before I say that. I mean,
There's
so much racism on Twitter.
Let's see. Curious if anyone will bring up Karmelo. I don't think like Karmelo is like even like relevant really. It's like, okay, guy stabs another guy. Cool. Like,
yeah, I don't get it. It's like, why are people like jumping on this? Because I don't see what the thing is. It's like, it's just
because like one of them's black and the other's white, and that's why. That's literally it.
Yeah, I mean, I understand like the racism, but it's like you could be like even smarter when you're doing your racism.
I was just saying, like I'm sorry, I don't care if a black guy stabs a white guy. Okay, great, jail, right? Like this is not hard.
It happens.
Like, why is it? Why does it got to be like a race thing?
Remember last, I think it was last week, right? When we were talking about the guy in Britain that was also like stabbed and the police like handcuffed him while, you know. And it's like what happened in the UK, that thing like restarted like the whole immigration conversation.
Yeah.
When in reality, the guy that did the stabbing.
Are we talking about like the Northern Ireland thing?
Yeah. It's like the guy was born in England. Right? He was born in the UK. Sorry, not.
It's just ridiculous.
He wasn't an immigrant, right?
And mind you, right? Like... Didn't they burn? They like burnt those houses where like some of them apparently they were owned by just British people.
Yeah, of course, because they're stupid. They don't really understand. You know, it's just like these politicians and like quote unquote like influencers. They're just doing these things to gain popularity, to just get to power. Like, period. It's like they don't care, right? And all these are these useful idiots, right? They just do the dirty work for them. You remember, like, dude, I forget the name of the guy in the UK who was like ultra nationalist and whatever. And he did like this tour. He did this tour in Israel, right? And he got really shit on by Israelis like constantly, right? Like the Israelis just shat on him, and he was like this UK first guy, you know. Forget his name.
I'm trying to see that there was like a section that I looked at where Trump said that he loves inflation. Have you seen this,
no.
Daniel?
No, I haven't.
You have not seen this?
No.
All right, it happened a day ago. Let's watch the whole thing. Okay, we're gonna watch it. Here we go.
Are you concerned, Mr. President, about the latest inflation number which came out this morning? Could that be a
No, I love it. The numbers look great. You know what I really love? I love the inflation. You know why? Because as soon as this war is over, you know, I can say it now. Something you didn't know. Do you know we've been taking out millions of barrels of oil. Nobody knows it. You know who doesn't know about it? Iran, until right now. We took out the other night 22 ships, late at night with no lights, because they don't have any radar, because we blasted the crap out of it. We took out, that's why oil's $85 a barrel. I mean, you take a look. Remember when I did this, I said, look, the one bad thing will be, we hit the best economy we've ever hit. And I said to my people, I had Scott, I had Howard, I had Pete, I had all of them. I had Todd in the room. I said, the one thing we have to do now, we had just hit the highest stock market in history, highest 401ks in history. Everything was going well. And I said, I hate to do this to you guys, but Iran's going to have a nuclear weapon very soon. We have to go and attack. So we hit them with the B-2 bombers, which took a lot of courage. It was totally successful. We buried it, very hard to get. But
they still have a
now we had
bomb.
to make the second move. And I said, you know, the bad part is the stock market will go down by a lot based on predictions of experts, like 25%. And it was worth it. To me, it was worth it not to have a nuclear weapon. And the other thing is that oil would go to $250 a barrel. It's at 85, and which is pretty amazing. And here's the key. We just hit today another stock market high. 74 in my short time here, 74 days we hit stock market all-time historical highs. Nobody can believe it. The Dow, the S&P. S&P was at 7,000. They said in 4 years, maybe 5 years. It will never hit it during the term. It was too much. I hit it in my first year. I hit on the Dow, it was 50,000 was an impossible number. They said 5, 6 years out you'd hit. Well, I hit it in my first year. And now I get everyone in the room and say, congratulations, but now I'm going to take it down a little bit. Because
Great work, President Trump. What did you say at the beginning of that?
I love the inflation. You know why?
It's amazing. It's amazing. It's like he loves the inflation.
He loves the inflation now, guys. I wonder if there's like right-wingers that are just like, oh yeah, Biden. Inflation, it's actually a good thing now. Here, let's take a look at.
Goes with them, man.
Let's take a look at the full this video here. Hold on a sec. Yes, Pepper. Well, that is wild.
Find out why you're paying more this summer at stickershocksummer.org.
Yeah, I wonder why.
I wonder what it could be. Why you would be? Yeah, I love it. It's fabulous.
I mean, I gotta be honest. It's like if you don't know why you're paying more right now, it's like you're either like a moron, or you're just like in a coma.
Well, Lobster Lars said that he was talking about the inflation fetish.
What do you mean? What? Inflation fetish? What does that mean? What? Who has the inflation fetish? Trump? It's like, I mean, we know he has like a lot of fetishes, right? You know, like inflation, little girls, stuff like that.
I don't know, man. Jigga James says, I want to as well, but he won't engage me, I'm sure. My angle is probably offensive. The phone number is 202-998-5218. The phones are open. Anybody can call in. That's not a fake number. Anybody can call in. You can call in. All you got to do is pick up your phone, dial the number, and call in. It's super simple. All right, let me see what I can find on Twitter. Give me a sec.
I mean,
Twitter is like mining.
He doesn't really care about. He doesn't care about the financial problems of regular Americans. So it doesn't surprise me.
No, because he has a lot of money. Inflation. Why would any of this matter?
Yeah, all his friends are doing well. His family.
Why would any of it matter?
No, clearly it doesn't, especially for him.
Yeah, Trump specifically said, I'm not concerned about the latest inflation numbers that came out this morning. I love it. I love the inflation. Like, I'm starting to wonder, like, is he intentionally trying to destroy the U.S.?
Oh, I don't know if he's doing it intentionally, but I can tell you for sure he's doing a goddamn good job at it. I mean, it's like this guy. Can you understand this, Amender? This guy is solely responsible for 30% of your national debt. 30%. Just one guy. It's like one guy just freaking like buried like future generations into like just paying, you know, his for his tax cuts and for his like buddies and cronies. That's it. And there's still a 30% of your population, right? Almost one in three people that you meet on the streets, maybe more for you because you're like in Florida, right? They love him and they think he's doing an absolutely good job, despite the fact they can afford less and less and less, despite the factual thing that their life is worse right now.
Now here's a bit right here. It says, Mexico will pay for my big, beautiful wall. Your gold Trump phones will be made in America. I will be too busy to golf. I'll present my healthcare plan in 2 weeks. $2 a gallon gas. No more foreign wars. I will cut the price of electricity by 50%. There will be tariff refund checks. America first. Lower grocery prices. Doge checks. I will protect free speech. We will release all of the Epstein files, and the ballroom will be paid for by donors. Bro, how much of the Trump Kool-Aid do you have to drink where you start to think, maybe this doesn't work?
There's only two things that he actually kept his promise on. The first is the tax cuts for the rich, right? Like, but you know, this is like a Republican thing. Like the only thing Republicans do is like big legislation is just cut the taxes of like the super rich, and he did that just like any other good Republican. And also like it suits him because he's also like filthy rich. And the immigration crackdown, right? Which is, I don't even think it's him necessarily. I think it's just like Stephen Miller, right? And that was always Stephen Miller's agenda to do it. That's it. Like everything else that he said he's going to do, not only did he not do it, he did the exact opposite of what he said he's going to do. And despite that, you still have a 30% of your population just that looks at that and says, oh no, that's exactly what I voted for. Great.
Let's see. AWOL Thought says, damn, I have to admit, that's quite a long laundry list of bad promises. 100%. We are taking calls. Phone number is 202-998-5218. We can actually take a look at this picture right here. That Biden had left office in January 20th of 2025 with a 2.9% inflation rate, and Trump today is sitting at a 4.2% inflation rate. Trump promised that we'd get tired of winning. Instead, Americans are tired of paying more. Couldn't agree more. It blows my mind that this is where we're currently at right now. I mean, what do we expect?
And don't forget, he was criticizing Biden for that inflation.
Yes.
You know?
And
again, I think he should have. I'm not saying that, you know, people shouldn't criticize Biden. And yeah, did he do a good job, like you know, reducing the inflation after the pandemic? Yeah, I mean, I think they did a pretty good job. You know, I think they should have also like talked a bit more about what exactly they're doing. I don't think they were communicating like literally their actions and everything. And you know, criticizing is good.
But know. Hold on, wait. What do you think of this?
What the fuck is that?
Do you like it?
Oh, it's the UFC thing. Oh my god. Dude.
What do you think? Do you like it?
This is so disgusting. This is so disgusting.
Why? You don't like it?
Dude, it's like that's a private enterprise. You're literally using taxpayer money and a place that is like emblematic for the United States to promote like a fucking private business. the UFC is a private business. It's not like a public business.
I mean, I could have sworn that there was something that predicted exactly this.
Well, yes. You are correct.
We got Luis Perez who called me first offender. My goodness. Why don't you call in? Phone number is 202-998-5218. But look at this. You guys remember Idiocracy? We need more Republicans watching Idiocracy. Bring back Republicans watching Idiocracy, because holy crap.
That's the best documentary I've ever seen.
I hate that it's now a documentary. I don't appreciate it. I don't like it.
I mean,
but it's
I
literally the same thing.
Like really
it?
Laughing at it, right? And obviously saying it's like,
yeah, you're laughing because you're in Romania, right? You're in Romania. You could just sit there on the other side of the pond and laugh at this shit. Meanwhile, like my ass is like, what the fuck, bro? This is wild.
Dude, I mean, it's like the corruption in America is getting so bad that it's like we literally have politicians in Romania, looking at what you're doing there and saying it's like, we would never do something like that. It's like, I mean, we're probably corrupt, but it's like not like that corrupt. It's like we care a bit about our people.
Oh yeah, you know what? Did you see the interview that he had where he walked out?
Oh yeah, because he's thin-skinned. I mean, he's one of the most thin-skinned people, that I've seen in my life. He cannot take like even an ounce of criticism. He doesn't know what a strong interview is, because he never had like people interviewing him like for real with like real questions.
Like an actual interview. He's one of
the biggest fucking snowflake in the history of your country.
I couldn't believe it when I saw that. I was like, dude, what is happening? He's such a child. Here, let's take a look.
That's CBS, man, which is now like CBS after it's been bought.
It was Meet the Press on NBC News.
Or NBC?
Yeah, it was NBC. Here, we'll play a little bit of it.
The same thing. No, I was confusing with the other one on CBS, where he also got like super offended. You remember after the shooting at the gala?
Yeah, I think it was like toward the end where it started getting more and more. They were asking question after question, and it was harder and harder for him to answer.
We'll live with inflation, but if inflation comes, what happens is you stamp it out. But success can kill inflation, just like higher interest rates. What they do now is, like, we had great job numbers. You agree, right?
They beat expectations.
Not expectations, like 3 times. Okay, but you ready? What do? They say, oh, let's raise interest rates. It's the wrong thing to do.
And by the way, if you guys are hearing like a sound in the background, it's because there's rain. They're actually in a farm.
I would like to see rates get lower, because we could build this into the greatest machine that the world has ever seen. But you can't do that when everybody immediately raises interest rates. So we had great job numbers. We're doing great. We're building more factories. We have more money coming into our country right now from other countries and people than ever before. Wait a minute.
Like literally everything is said thus far is just a lie.
It's like a total lie.
Like nothing
right?
is true. Like nothing.
Growth.
And this is the thing with these interviewers, right? If you were to have like this interview in a country in Europe with somebody that was like, let's say, from the opposition, which like NBC apparently is like part of the opposition, right? He wouldn't get away with this bullshit, right? He would be called out, like,
why are you saying this?
He isn't. Yeah, she's just letting him slide with all the lies that he's saying.
Yeah, but here, let's take a look here.
And growth does not cause inflation.
Would you be upset if they raised rates? What is your message to them about that?
Living with Kevin, I have a lot of respect for him, but my feeling is that when a country is doing well, they shouldn't be penalized by immediately raising interest rates. They should actually be incentivized. We have debt, we have other things, we have things we want to take care of. I want to go bigger in the military, I really do. If we do what I'm saying, this will be a beautiful, well-oiled machine like you've never seen before.
What is the percentage of the U.S. debt to GDP ratio was caused by Trump?
Yeah, I don't know, but you probably could calculate it. I don't think it's going to be good for him either way.
Let me see here. So it says, during the 4-year presidency, the national debt increased by 7.8 trillion. It became the total U.S. debt has grown significantly, crossing 39 trillion. This amount directly accounts for about 20 to 25% of the current total outstanding national debt, depending on how exactly it is measured. This is from the the U.S. Budget Watch 2024, a project for the Committee of Responsible Federal Budget. 20 to 25%.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's continue.
And when we come back, President Trump defends his controversial plan that could give payouts to January 6th rioters.
Bro,
that's
bro,
like
can we,
another thing,
dude, that's a whole other freaking can
Oh
of
my
worms.
God. I mean, you're literally giving money to people that assaulted police officers, then which you later on, you let them out of jail, only to be arrested again, some of them, on other like charges like that, or like even pedophilia, right?
Well,
So
they
it's
wanted
like,
they
to me,
wanted
it's
an
just crazy.
insurrection. They had what was it, the gallows.
Yeah, I mean, they were chanting "Hang my pants," right? I mean, let's be very honest. It's like that's what they wanted to do.
Yeah,
You know,
they were
because
saying,
according to
"Where's
them-
Nancy?" You know,
Yeah,
what were they going to do with
yeah.
Nancy Pelosi? I mean, come on, blows
Because
my
of
mind.
Trump's lies. Like Trump lied.
Anyway,
Trump
let's see what he
lied,
has to
and
say.
people could have died, and people did die actually because of that.
This $1.8 billion so-called anti-weaponization fund, it was going to compensate people who say the federal government weaponized the legal system against them. It's been blocked by the courts, met with opposition from Republicans
And Democrats.
in Congress and Democrats.
Excuse me, mostly Democrats.
Mostly
Some
Democrats and
Republicans.
some Republicans.
Some. Very few Republicans.
Just to be very clear, are you backing off the fund completely, as your acting Attorney General Todd Blanche has said, or are you looking for another avenue to revive
So
the
let me
fund?
explain what the fund is. People have been hurt so badly by radical left lunatics that work for the Biden administration and Sleepy Joe. They're vicious, they're violent, what they did to people. And of course, they went after me more than anybody else. They raided Mar-a-Lago and all the other things. But people have been badly hurt. They've committed suicide. They've lost their jobs. They've lost their families. They've lost their wives. They've lost everything.
The projection just blows my mind, Daniel.
Yeah,
Blows
these are the
me
same
away.
people. These are the same people who were saying that actually the rioters did not kill any. They were not responsible for the death of police officers that committed suicide after the whole thing. Which we know, it happens, right? In these types of situation, the PTSD it gives you, it can lead you to like commit suicide, and they don't care about those people, right? The same party, Amanda, that is like for law and order, right? Well, it's law and order only when it suits us, right? When it doesn't, fuck it, we don't care.
It's fucking wild, bro.
Like literal traitors. Look, that's the face of a traitor, right? If you ever want to see,
Well, but he was bullied,
how a
though.
traitor
Trump
looks
was
like, you just
bullied.
look at him.
Daniel, Trump was bullied, though.
No, he actually wasn't. He didn't get to like all the lawsuits that were on roll. They had to be dismissed because he became
Well,
president.
hold on. That
right?
part where, like, where the FBI raided his Mar-a-Lago and they requested the presidential top secret documents, and he knowingly avoided handing over everything. They're bullying him.
Yeah, you're forgetting, Amanda, but he declassified them just by thinking it.
Ah,
Right? He didn't say it to anybody, but he did it in
yeah.
his mind, right? Which is
Yeah.
like it's
True.
like the mind powers of the president. You don't get it.
True.
Also, let's not forget he's actually a convicted felon, and actually the sentencing for his felonies was actually suspended because he became president. So I wonder how like all the Republicans are. I mean, they're saying it was a politically motivated trial. Yes, we know we don't care about the law, right? When it doesn't suit us, right? When the law actually shows us that our favorite orange man is a rapist and a felon. The law is bad. No, the law is only good when it does like things for us that we like. You remember when they were crying about Hunter Biden and the $50K he was taking like from Burisma? I haven't seen any Republicans like talking about his kids, like Trump's kids, and the billions they're making right now, right? From the federal government and from subsidies, from like using the name and the power of the presidency.
So we
None
are
of them
taking
care.
calls. Phone number is 202-998-5218. If you guys want to call in and have a discussion, we can do so. Additionally, if you guys are watching this right now and you have not hit the like button, do hit that like button. I appreciate y'all very much for joining in today. Anyway, let's finish up this interview real quick.
Everything. They've lost everything over a fake weaponization of government. Now,
So
let
are
me
you
just tell
looking for a way to revive it?
Well, look, if it was up to me, I'd pay them the kind of money that they deserve. People have been destroyed. Lives have been destroyed. Many suicides. Think of it. people have committed suicide because a bunch of thugs went after them.
You don't-
So me, personally, I think the weaponization fund is a great idea. And so do many other Republicans. You have to get it approved. If they get it approved, that's great. If they don't get it approved, I'd be disappointed.
All right, we're going to motor through this.
But you have to understand, people have been destroyed by crooked politicians, and they should be reimbursed for that.
Do you think anyone who attacked police officers on January 6th should get taxpayer money?
I wouldn't be inclined to say so, but I have to see it. I can tell you this, 97% of those people, you look at them, the FBI or whoever it was, because you had a lot of crooked cops, you had dirty cops. Comey was a dirty cop.
Well,
A guy like Bolton was a dirty
but
cop.
there's no evidence.
Wait a minute, wait a minute. Oh, you think Comey was a straight
people
cop?
who pleaded guilty to assaulting police
Comey
officers.
was a dirty cop.
No,
They
but
had
the people who
FBI,
assaulted police
listen to me.
officers.
They had FBI agents ushering them into the building. They had FBI going.
This is just empirically false, right? There was known what was that one January 6th protester? He was saying that he was let in. However, he was actually tried and pled guilty. I'm trying to remember the guy's name. I'm so sorry. But he was tried and pled guilty having physically shoved police officers out of the way in order to get in. And he was saying, he was lying on stream. I think it was Rinald who pointed it out. Do you know who Rinald is? He's a very small YouTuber. Here, I'll pull it up.
No.
Yeah, there was
No,
like
but
an
I
instance-
remember there being all the footage, right, from like the cameras at the Capitol, which were actually published.
Yeah.
And we could literally see that wasn't the case, right? And I remember how Fox News tried to make it look like they were let in.
Yeah,
I'm
actually gonna play the video with Rinald where he actually asked this. It was wild because there was like a moment. There was a moment where Rinald had a conversation with this guy and he just crashed out immediately. I could not believe it.
Well, obviously.
Let me see here. Hold on.
A lot.
Just letting out my dog.
Yep.
So
It's like you're
All right, hold on.
but just right now. That way-
so it sounds like your mic's cutting out.
By the way, just so you're aware, the guy that this guy is talking to, known January 6er. Right? This is a literal, he was there on January 6th. He was there. I think this is the guy who stole the riot shield.
A lot.
Okay.
Oh, sorry about that.
You're good.
A real patriot, you mean?
I'm just letting out my dog.
Yeah.
So the first book, it's going to be a 4-part series. The first book stops at basically my arrest.
Okay.
So it talks about January 6th, why it happened, what happened, what actually happened on that day. From, the pipe guy who they still, for 4 years, they never knew who it was.
Sure.
Or just didn't care about knowing who it was. It didn't fit the narrative. And then to, them paying the sedition hunters and everything else just to basically bring up shit all over the internet. To having 5,000, FBI agents basically.
Lifetime says, speaking of Rinald, Indian Jesus wants to debate Rinald, I'm sure. By the way, I thought he wanted to debate me. Didn't Indian Jesus, he reached out to try and debate me again? Like, I mean, I'm on my Discord. If he wants to talk on Discord or if he wants to call the number 202-998-5218, I'm here. I'll hear him out.
He can
Anyway,
do it anytime he wants.
let's continue what Rinald was saying, talking to this literal January 6er. By the way, who happens to have a book to sell. By his book.
4 books. You didn't get it. It's
He's got 4-part series of his books.
Stop what they're doing and then start directing them towards J6 stuff because they created this narrative of insurrection where there wasn't, right? Like they stormed the Capitol building 3 times, pro-Palestinian people did. 3 times after J6. I mean, there's another protest at the Capitol building for every month or 2 weeks there's another protest. So they created a narrative because that's what they had to go with, and then they purposely, whether it be BBC News or MSNBC or CNN, they specifically put a narrative out there that, oh, this is the worst day since, I mean, they literally compare it to 9/11. Like, it's ridiculous. They lied about, and I mean, it's constant, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they lied about, police being unalived. There was one cop, I forget his name, but there was one cop who was unalived, and it was of natural causes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Something happened.
By the way, right? I read a book about this. It's have you ever heard? There's a book called "Why Zebras Don't Get Ulcers."
Yeah. I know.
Do you know about this?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it turns out that you can actually cause things like heart attacks and a whole bunch of really negative health effects by just having an extreme amount of stress. This
that's why I was
happens
saying
all the
earlier,
time, right?
when I was talking about Trump, right, and the suicides, like, because some of the cops actually committed suicide after the January 6th
Dan
thing,
Steely,
right, due to the PTSD.
Dan Steely says, "You asshats built a gallows. Stop the revisionist history." Yo, true. Absolutely true. You know what they'll tell you? Well, but the gallows we built was like flimsy, and so you couldn't actually use it as a gallows. Yeah, whatever, bro. Anyway,
but that's not the point. It's like, it's the symbolism, right? I mean, it's clear what they wanted
anyway,
to do.
the fact that there were police officers that died of like heart attacks or extreme stress or an aneurysm, this is literally a result of the intense amount of stress that was caused by January 6ers. So the idea that it's like, well, it was just a really bad coincidence, it's total nonsense. Bullshit.
They said basically the toxicity report and then also the report that the coroner's report came back and the coroner basically said, hey, listen, this was just basically crappy timing. Like, if J6 never even happened, this dude would have dropped in the next day or two from this aneurysm that he had.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
but why that specific day, right? Why would it happen at that specific moment under a very high stress situation that is known to exacerbate things like like an aneurysm?
Also, I don't think he's telling the truth. Like, to be very, very frank with you, I think he's just lying his ass off. I haven't heard any such thing happening, like from the toxicology report or like the coroner's office.
And get this, right?
Ringyald
catches him in a just unabashed lie, and you're going to hear it.
Does that day maybe have brought it up, and then they lied on top of that, and then said, oh well, there was 5 cops who were unalived that day, and this and that. It's complete bullshit. Complete bullshit.
Okay, so I kind of want to stick on, you say that they made a narrative, right? Because this isn't a separation from anything that's happened normally. We've had other riots at the Capitol. I feel like it's pretty understandable as to why people were looking into this, because the scale of which happened, the violence that happened, and the direction that happened, right? So
what violence?
I mean, like, there were people fighting with Capitol police officers to break into the Capitol. Okay. There was a bunch of people trying to push through secured areas. There was like a gallows erected supposedly for Mike Pence.
Let's talk about the gallows at first, right? Mm-hmm. The gallows was erected at 6 o'clock in the morning by unknown members. Mm-hmm. There was about 6 or 7 different men, all military-age men, right? Mm-hmm. 40 years, give or take 40 years old.
Sure.
And they erected this gallows that would never have worked anyway. But they erected this thing at 6 o'clock in the morning and never had any cops get any ID off them. But then they made a huge thing about it. Right.
Well, I'm just saying that, like, nobody's going to erect a gallows for something that isn't intended to be like a show of force. Right. The whole point of the actual protest at the Capitol was to basically put pressure on Mike Pence to go through with the.
Dan Steely says you cannot debate with psychotics. MAGA are psychotics. It's very true. I like to try to have the discussion with MAGA. And we are taking calls. Phone number is 202-998-5218. If you want to call in, maybe you disagree with me, the positions that you have heard so far. Dan Steely is saying that this guy has got some stories. That's very true. And you're going to actually see Rinjald catch this dude red fucking handed. It's wild.
The electors plot. So this is just more, you know.
Like, no, actually, it wasn't. It was there was supposed to be a protest, and there was always supposed to be a march to the Capitol. It was getting thrown away around there for 2.5 months. It was getting thrown around. Hey, we're gonna all march to the Capitol. This is what's gonna happen.
Sure, but like, why do you think it was happening on January 6th?
Memes flying around on it, right? So it was always going to happen.
Sure, but it was happening on January 6th for a reason, right? That's the election certification.
Well, of course. So, but there's a the feds knew that there was always going to be a march to the Capitol. So what did they specifically do?
I feel like you're getting ahead of what I'm saying here. So I'm not getting into like the Fedsurrection stuff yet. What I'm getting into is saying that there's a reason why they were assembled on January 6th, particularly, and why this protest was arranged. And it was to, pressure Mike Pence to go through with the thing that Donald Trump had been asking him to do for the months leading up to it, right? Like it was to protest the certification of the election to pressure Mike Pence into acting, right?
Well, it wasn't to pressure Mike Pence into it. It was to pressure, and what was actually going to happen was, a couple of the states were going to say, hold on, wait, we need to do a full forensic audit on this. We're going to need to hold off for a little bit. And then that didn't happen because it was canceled or postponed and then done in the middle of the night, under cloak and dagger, or under the darkness of night. They just did it in the middle of the night, and they all just came in, and they were in and out in 20 minutes.
Regardless, even if that's the case, it was done to pause the certification or stop the certification of the election, right? So the reason that we look into this more than anything else is because the aim was to stop the certification of the election. That's a huge deal, right?
So there's a First Amendment right to be there. So it's not a huge deal.
Well,
right?
There's a First Amendment right to be in D.C. There's not a First Amendment right to be on restricted ground.
Oh, absolutely there is.
Do you have a First Amendment right to be on restricted grounds?
Absolutely.
That's not true.
And
why does he think that?
The police were literally opening up the doors and waving people in.
That's why.
That's not true.
That is true.
I think you know that's not true. Really? Wait, was that it?
Wait, hold on. So get this, right? As he was pointing out that he was not supposed to be there, and he says, wait, that's not true. And I think that's not true. The reason why he just said that, the reason why he said specifically he knows that is not true is because he was in a legal battle over exactly this and was tried and was convicted. So he was caught red-handed lying to Rinjald here about January 6th, how he was just let in, how he was allowed to be in there when he clearly was not allowed in there. And as soon as he said, I think the guy immediately leaves. He's like, I can't. I'm not going to do it.
Oh, God.
He does not return. That was it. That was what you just heard was the entire debate. I couldn't believe it. Blows my mind. Blows me away.
Yeah, because it's like, I think he kind of understood there's no coming back from that, right? I mean, that's such an outright lie. It's like, how do you get out of it?
So
obviously you should know better because
you are
literally in the litigation with it.
So I want to go back, right? Because Trump, the Trump interview where, he was talking about that they were just peaceful protests. They know they were not peaceful. They know. January 6ers know it was not peaceful. They just act like they say it was peaceful. However, they were tried and convicted for it being not peaceful. So no, they're just wrong.
Into the building. Those people walking around there looking always in this night. They weren't in. They were being ushered into the building.
There's no evidence.
You had a bunch of dirty cops, and frankly,
They were pushed. They were physically pushed.
they did was weaponization of our government.
But sir, there's no evidence of that. More than 1,000 people.
No, there's none. You know what to do? Try looking at the tapes one time.
Would you take it off
Look
the
at
table?
the tapes one time.
But 172 people did plead guilty to assaulting police officers.
You know why they pled
Should
guilty?
they be exempt
Because they told they
from
were going to
receiving
jail
funds?
for 15 years if they didn't.
Should
They pled guilty because they were frightened. They went down. They were ushered into a building. Many of them were arrested without.
They were proven to having assaulted police officers and physically pushed them out of the way. This is proven. This is not a question. So this is just a lie.
Not even
So
going
you'd be
into the
okay
building.
with them receiving taxpayer dollars?
The people were destroyed by dirty cops and by weaponization. Many of those people should be compensated. Now, with that being said, as I understand it, the weaponization fund was going to set up a group of people, people that could be picked by anybody, fair people, smart people, and they will go on an individual case basis.
Okay.
Now, I don't know what's going to happen with the weaponization fund. I love the idea because people like you, the fake, dirty press, the crooked press, people like stupid Biden, he's not smart enough to know what's going on, but people that surrounded him, surrounded his beautiful, resolute desk in the Oval Office, what they did to the lives of people, they destroyed people. They sent people to jail who did nothing
All
wrong.
right, just to be very clear, there's no evidence
Except
of what
beating
you're
up
saying.
cops.
But let me
There's a
ask
lot
you
of
about
evidence.
Todd Blanche. Let me ask you about
Listen
Todd
to me.
Blanche.
Listen to me.
Let's talk
There's
about Todd Blanche.
tremendous evidence. There's nothing
What's
but
not been
evidence. The
presented in
election
a
was
court of
rigged.
law.
It was a dirty election.
Mr.
And it's
President,
happening again right now
You've
in
never
California.
presented evidence
It's happening
that the
right
2020
now in
election
California.
Now he's saying that the elections in California, because they're taking a while to count the votes, that
I mean,
now
their
that's
system.
rigged.
It's a
He's
stupid
just
one.
saying it's rigged. By the way, it's like an election that I think like a Republican has a decent shot of winning.
rigged.
Right now, it's look at what's
Where's the
happening in
evidence
California.
to that?
I don't
It's
think
The
he's
Republicans are
days.
doing well in
In
California.
California, it's no, they're not. They're dropping fast.
Shh, don't tell him that. Let him have the false hope.
Yeah, they don't. Just they can
Don't
dream.
tell him, don't tell- Let him. By the way, we are taking calls. Phone number is 202-998-5218. If you guys want to call in and have a discussion, we can do so. We'd be more than happy to hear you out.
Fast because it's a rigged election. Let me tell you, it's 4 days, and they aren't even close
That's
to
how
coming
they-
up
that's
with
how
it.
they
You
count
know
the
why they're
votes in
doing that? Because
California.
they're cheating on the election.
Do you have evidence
They're-
to support
all I
that?
have to do is look. All I have to
But
do is look.
that's not
And I
evidence.
listen. And I listen to people. And let's see what happens.
But sir, that's not evidence.
Do you think
and
it's appropriate
That's how they
that they
count the votes in
Do you
California.
think it's appropriate that they have an election and 5 days later they're nowhere close to picking a
State
winner?
and local officials acknowledge they are slow. They're urging.
No, they're crooked.
They're urging the
crooked.
votes to be counted quickly. That's how they vote
They're
in
crooked,
California.
just like you're crooked. Your press is crooked, and Meet the Press is crooked.
To be fair,
Oh my
I-
God,
This is the
dude.
thin skin that I'm
Everybody
telling
that
you, man.
disagrees with me is crooked.
Yeah.
The court system is crooked. The Justice Department is crooked. The FBI is crooked. The CIA is crooked. The people are crooked. The elections are crooked. Crooked. Point. Never himself.
Except him. No, he's never
He's
crooked.
not
He's always
crooked,
correct.
right? People that agree
He's
with
the-
him
he's
aren't
the best
crooked.
person.
But, anybody that disagrees with him, there you go. It's crooked.
Let's
Well, you
continue.
play right into their hands. then.
Let's continue.
You're either crooked or you're stupid.
Let's
you play
continue.
right into their hands with this rap. You know that these elections are rigged. Your network knows that they're rigged. You know that I won an election in a landslide, and I got 94% bad press.
But Mr. President,
You know why I
you've
got
never
that?
presented
Because you have no
evidence.
credibility.
But you've never presented evidence that it was rigged. Let's keep talking about. I want to talk about Todd
You
Blanche.
have more evidence. There's more evidence than ever presented.
Let's talk
Your
about
elections
you
in
went
this
to
country,
court.
we're like a third
Like
world
literally
country.
zero.
Yes, sir.
Your elections
Can you imagine
are
they had
crooked,
so many
and you're
lawsuits?
crooked, and Meet the Press is
Zero
crooked.
evidence.
And so is ABC and CBS and CNN.
But Mr.
You're
President,
But not Fox News, not Newsmax. They're fine. They're not crooked, right? Meanwhile, right, what was it? I think like Fox News was found having specifically when they were tried against the Dominion voting systems, they said that Fox News is in fact not a news agency, but an entertainment network. That they were not, it didn't matter if they fabricated the evidence because they're not news. They're entertainment. Did you see how that?
One-sided crooked networks. All right, let's call it quits.
Let's see. Lifetime says, First Amender, have you ever debated the Thorpes? I don't remember if you did or not. I don't know if it's I would call it a debate. I have had conversation with the Thorpes. And you know, anybody can come into the Discord. Anybody can come in to call the number 202-998-5218. Fox News had to pay $800 million to Dominion for defamation. They knew that they were lying about the Dominion voting systems, but Donald Trump would not say that Fox News lies, despite the fact that they were empirically shown to lie.
And by the way, let's not forget that was the case that finished.
Wait, you're gonna miss the best
Tucker
part.
Carlson's career.
This is the best part,
Fox.
Daniel. This is the best part. This is the part where Donald Trump has a temper tantrum and trips over his own mic.
Look at the baby, dude. He's like so old and still a baby.
By the way, he is so orange. He is
he looks
so
like that.
orange. What is wrong with his skin?
One-sided crooked networks. All right, let's call it quits because I've had enough.
I've had enough.
Have a good time.
Mr. President, let's please. I traveled
Bye-bye.
all the
Oh,
way
man,
to
he throws it
Wisconsin.
down.
I've sat
I traveled
in the rain
all.
with you.
I know. I
I've sat in the
traveled
rain
all the
with
way
you
to
for an hour,
Wisconsin.
on and off in the rain. And
You're
I've
gonna
given
stick in
you
the
enough
fucking
time.
rain. You're
You ought to
inside,
straighten out your press
dude.
because you know what?
Mr.
A
President,
country can never be
we
great
traveled
with a dishonest
listen,
press.
we
Come on,
traveled
let's go.
all the way to Wisconsin for this interview.
Look
I
at him,
spoke
dude.
with
Like,
President
literally
Trump
a baby.
Oh my
Saturday.
God,
Literally a
dude, that is
baby.
a wild moment, bro. That is insane. He like has a full temper tantrum. That's insane. All right, so, hey, Daniel, call me crazy. Call me like I don't know,
Crazy.
yeah, call me crazy, but I'm gonna call a prediction. Okay, you're hearing it here first, y'all.
Okay.
The Trump administration will invade Cuba.
Yeah.
I'm calling it.
They've been preparing it for a while now.
They are going to invade Cuba. They will.
Because this
I
is
believe it.
the project of Marco Rubio. I mean,
Let's see here. It says here,
Rubio's wet dream.
U.S. sanctions of Cuba's state-owned oil gas company. The Trump administration has imposed sanctions on Cuba's state-owned oil gas company, Cupet, targeting sector central of the island's worsening energy crisis. The move came hours after senior Chinese and Cuban officials discussed bilateral cooperation and party-to-party ties, including implementing agreements reached by the country's leaders. Secretary of State Marco Rubio accused Cuba's government of weaponizing energy and diverting resources from the Cuban people, who have suffered fuel shortages and blackouts. This is like a giant humanitarian disaster. What are we doing to the
do you understand,
dude?
like, the
the
level of,
USSR is
like,
gone. Why are
1984
we
they're
making
doing?
them suffer any longer? What's the point?
Because they don't care. Because they want to go back to like the Batista regime times, where they can have their people just have everything, right?
I just don't
and
get
be
it.
the leaders of the country.
I don't get
Well,
the
I mean,
point
there's
of
nothing
this.
to actually get, man. It's like what they're doing. I mean, look at Marco Rubio's statement, right? So the U.S. government is literally imposing like a medieval type siege on the whole of Cuba, right? They're don't letting in like fuel to Cuba, okay? And Cuba is trying their best to kind of find solutions, right? And obviously they're gonna get close to who, like whoever's willing to bypass the Americans, right? So that's gonna be China, that's gonna be Russia, okay? And anybody would do that. I would do that, right? It's like I wouldn't care, because it's like I don't want my people to die. I don't want my people to starve. I don't want my nation to implode, right? And the United States is doing that thing, and then Marco Rubio has the audacity to say that the Cuban government is actually stealing from the Cuban people. when it's actually the United States of America that is doing that.
This
is just like insane.
I just don't understand it.
Lying.
Like let them keep their whatever socialism. Just leave them the fuck alone. Like, what are we doing? I don't understand. Like, who cares? Like, just, dude, the USSR is gone. It's gone. They don't have anything else.
Fuck Biden for not reversing some of the decisions that Trump did in his first term.
Ah, true. Like, didn't they reverse the Obama decisions?
Yeah. Because
Obama
was kind of like the first one that was sane and said, it's like,
he was like, why are we doing this to the Cuban people?
There's
a good point,
right?
Yeah.
And then Trump came and, he reversed like his decision because, like in his first term, he reversed Obama's decisions just because they were made by Obama and because he hated Obama. Because, Obama is black and he's like a really fucking big racist, right? And he hates that a black person is like more popular than he is and more loved than he will ever be.
By the way, I just want to let you know,
did not reverse the Trump decisions, and that I think that was such a really bad thing that like I really disliked Biden.
Well, Daniel, I really hope Trump tries to erode the checks and balances of power for a third term, because man, if he does that, and I'll tell you why I hope he does that, because then Obama will be able to run.
Yeah, but there's a small thing, because I was also thinking of that, but I'm telling you a small thing.
Yeah.
What they will do, they will make it in such a way that Obama will not be able to take part in the election.
He won't be able to run? Yeah, Trump will be able to run for a third term, but not...
They will make it, exactly, because they will probably
That doesn't make any sense.
I'm telling you why it makes sense, because they will probably talk about the fact that, any president that doesn't have 2 consecutive terms, right? And because Obama had 2 consecutive terms, right? I'm telling you, because this Supreme Court that you have, which is like one of the shittiest, and dude, you had a lot of shitty Supreme Courts in your history, but this one is like this.
This one is next level garbage.
Yeah, this one is like the cherry on the cake, right? It's like this is just garbage, like corrupt, like like kind of one of some of the worst people, right, on the face of this fucking planet. They will suck him off as much as they can.
Yeah.
Right? Like the only times they're not sucking him off is because other super rich people have like other things they want, right? Like for example, with the tariffs. The tariffs was for other rich people to make like a lot of money, right?
Yeah.
That's it. But otherwise, they will just do whatever Trump says. If Trump says something, they just do it like instantly. I don't know if you know about the shadow docket, but literally, this Supreme Court is using the shadow docket to just have Trump do whatever the fuck he wants with the country. And it's just like, it's super annoying to see that not many people are actually talking about it as they should. I mean, people should be outraged. I mean, what,
for sure.
I'm telling you, it's like Biden should have grown the court, should have put more people in the court, should have expanded the court, should have done something. And again, he didn't do anything, right? And that's liberals for you, man. Yeah. It's like, that's what liberals do. They don't fucking do anything, and they let these fucking fascists just like, like walk over the entirety of the law, precedent, you name it. They don't care. They should have had balls. Like Merrick Garland, dude, he's a fucking stupid. I'm happy he never made it to the fucking Supreme Court because he's a dumbass. He's a pussy dumbass, right? He should have prosecuted Trump the first day they got into power, because he's a crook, right? And crooks belong in jail, not in the fucking White House.
So by the way, y'all, we are taking calls. Phone number is 202-998-5218. If you guys want to have a discussion, we can do so. More than happy to hear you out. But if you take a look right here, we're waiting for calls right now, but hopefully we get one. We'll see what happens. We have here this article where it says the U.S. becomes the world's largest oil exporter as May shipments hit 10.5 million barrels per day. The United States has become the world's largest exporter for the 3rd consecutive month in May, shipping about 10.5 million barrels per day, according to data from Vortexa. Global supply disruptions drove this shift as the U.S.-Iran war disrupted Saudi Arabia's exports since February 2026, while Russian exports suffered from Ukrainian drone attacks and Washington sanctions on Moscow. Asian countries historically dependent on the Middle East now increasingly rely on American crude, taking about 46% of exports in May, while the Europe leans heavily on the United States since the Ukraine war began. This ascendancy marks a stunning reversal for a country once dependent on Middle Eastern oil, as the new dominance could weaken the pricing power that the Organization of Petroleum Export Countries have historically held. European officials warn of risks becoming too dependent on American companies, while Igor Sechin, boss of the Kremlin oil major Rosneft, stated U.S. energy companies benefited the most from the closure of the Strait of Hormuz. So get this, right? I remember hearing this talking point. There was a girl that was talking on I think it was just on YouTube, where she was saying, well, this is good for the United States. Because the United States will make so much money. Will make so much money.
All companies.
And then, and so then I was like, hey, are you related to Charles Koch?
Yeah.
What? How does this benefit you in any way? She's sitting there acting like that she's an oil magnet.
Still gonna be high.
She thinks she's like an oil magnet. That this all it's going to do is increase the price of oil for everybody in the U.S. Unfortunately for you, you're on the receiving end on that one.
Oh no! So this war is like a blessing for the oil executives.
Oh yeah, it's wonderful for them. Great. Yeah. Awesome.
Not for anybody else, because the price at the pump is still going to be high. And the reason it's still going to be high is because the global production took a dip, right? Like the global. So if the global production takes a dip, if you're still selling, obviously you're going to sell with a higher price, right? So it's like everybody else will pay just more. That's it. It's like this doesn't benefit the United States. This benefits oil executives, right? And by the way, they're not going to pay their fair share of taxes, by the way, right? Just so we're very, very clear, right? Because the oil companies are like some of the favorite companies of Trump, right? And they have like a lot of taxes being cut, right, from them. So
wait a minute,
they're not going to
hold on. Indian Jesus got banned on YouTube? What?
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
What did he do?
I mean, I can think of a few
Why
things.
did Indian Jesus get banned? What did he do?
I mean, was he? Let's see if he was banned. I mean, I can still see his.
I can see his channel.
His channel. Yeah.
Is he like just not allowed to post?
Is that a thing, or? I mean, yeah, probably. I'm assuming it's like if you're banned, your channel is not just like nuked, right?
I mean, there's more. It says he streamed 2 days ago. Let's see if I can pull up his Twitter.
I mean, I see like 2 weeks ago. Oh, 2 days ago. Yeah, he did 2 days ago. You're right. He streamed 2 days ago, 3 days ago, 5 days ago, 6 days ago.
Let's see. All right. So it says, oh. Wait, what did he do?
So what happened? Was he banned or not?
Still would love information from Team YouTube. Here we go. Hold on. Sorry. It says here, still would love some information from Team YouTube at YouTube about my channel strike. I would just like to appeal, and I am not given the option. 1 of 3 community guideline strikes. Your content was removed due to a violation of our community guidelines. There's still 7 days left of your penalty period. Until then, you will not be able to do things like upload, post, or live stream. If this happens again, your channel will get a second community guideline strike, and you will not be able to do things like upload, post, live stream for 2 weeks. It says, what was the content? Strike on June 9th, 2026? When did that happen?
Okay, so I mean June 9th? But
wait, is that when we had the debate? That's not when we had the debate, is it? June 9th?
No, that was
that was 2 days. It was 2 days ago.
Yeah, that was last
June 9th. Yeah, we had a debate on, it was 5 days ago. we had a debate.
Yeah. So it wasn't that one. It was something else. I mean, also like he's not banned forever. He's just like 7 days, like a temporary.
Where's his
suspension.
replies? Send me DM for quick help. What the? This is it because he was saying that he was using the F-bomb with an R. He just didn't like put in an R, and as if that somehow makes it better. Like, I don't know why he thinks that makes it better. It doesn't. Let's see here. Jigga James says, "Don't laugh. It could happen to you first." Actually, no, it wouldn't happen to me because I follow the rules.
Yeah, I mean that's the difference.
That's the difference. You got to follow the rules, right? Maybe not post hateful content. I don't know what to tell you. So this dude got.
Yeah.
Let's see. At TV, you need to move away from using AI on these issues. Creators deserve manual review. I am so curious as to why.
I mean, she is right? I mean, if that's like an AI doing that, it's shitty, obviously.
Sorry, I gotta. Oh.
I mean, he did have like an extremely thin skin too. I mean, I do it.
Fucking liberals! You guys remember that?
I love how like right wingers, keep calling like progressives and liberals like snowflakes, when in reality it's just like most of the right wingers are like the biggest fucking snowflakes that I've ever seen in my life. Like not even close.
I can't believe he's banned on YouTube. That's wild.
I mean, he can still call in if he wants to.
He can call in. It's also in our. You could go on the Discord.
Yeah, he's on Discord. Yeah, he's on Discord. Yeah, that is true. I mean, you can ask him. It's just like
I could ask him. Let me ask the Indian Jesus. The Indian. Jesus. Are you coming in today? All right. I just asked him. I asked him if he's coming in today. We'll see what he has to say. We are taking calls, by the way. Phone number is 202-998-5218. We haven't gotten any calls yet. It's been an hour. Shit. Wild. Everybody's like afraid to call in, maybe. Isn't Indian Jesus an atheist though? No, he is not. There's no hate like Christian love, I always say. No hate like Christian love.
Oh, so because somebody asked you about the Torps earlier. So he hates me. Like
who?
the dad.
What dad?
I forget his name. Like from the Torps. Like the Torp family. You don't
know him? Ben Thorpe.
Ben Thorpe. Yeah. He fucking hates me. Because he was like MDD, and he was doing like they were doing their lives on MDD, and I just crashed like a few of them. I just went in there and I started to have like a conversation with him, and we were talking mostly about religion. And he doesn't know jack shit about Christianity, like nothing, right? So it's like obviously he's no like match for me, right? Because I could give him like like verses and like everything, right? And I got him so mad to the point like every time he would just start to like yell at me and call me names, just like a good Christian does. And I constantly told him this exact phrase, there's no hate like Christian love, right? And he would just get mental, like literally mental for this.
What the fuck is this? Sorry, I'm just looking at some random crap on Twitter, seeing what I can find. Let's see. Here's the thing. We ain't going anywhere. Trump got y'all bold as fuck. Okay, let's see what they have to say. Let's see. We'll watch this video.
Aggressive.
What did you just call me?
Bitch.
But after that, what did you say to me?
I said, what the fuck is aggressive?
Before that, aggressive. What did you say to me? You say the N-word?
I heard that.
Get the fuck out of here.
I said nigga.
Fuck.
Oh my God. Why?
Oh, because
it's true. It's got them. I think Trump has got them bold.
Get the fuck out. Get him out of here. Get the fuck out of here. You're going viral too for that. You're going viral for that.
No, I heard what you called her, and you don't get to do that.
You don't get to call me that. Get the fuck out of here.
Fuck you,
Hey, this is your name? You're going
Oh
viral
my
for that.
God, bro.
Thank you. Get the
Oh my God. And
Yeah,
what
those
is
are
it
the
with
people,
these
man.
what is it with these white supremacists where it just doesn't look like they have all of their teeth? They
Well, I mean,
definitely have more
it's- the
chromosomes
evil
than
is rotting
teeth.
you from inside.
They have more
Well,
chromosomes than
probably.
teeth, guaranteed. How many teeth?
I
is
mean,
it
dude,
again?
if his amygdala would be bigger, it would just come out of his
How
nose,
many-
you know?
Hold on, teeth is in a human mouth. Let me see. Okay, 32 teeth. How many chromosomes? How many chromosomes? 46 chromosomes. Okay, all right. All right, sorry. No, we had to say pairs, right?
Yeah,
He's got
chromosome
less
pairs, there's like
teeth
only
than he has
23.
pairs of chromosomes. But there's 23 pairs, right? And 30. So you would have to lose a good dozen teeth.
Well, I mean, you know, meth kind of does that to you. You know, you're kind of starting to lose teeth.
You got to lose 10 teeth.
Also, like these
Fuck
people,
outta
this
here.
is one of the other reasons why like these people love Trump, right? Because it does make them, it does embolden them
Bro.
to be racist in public. Okay.
Yeah.
And you know, by the way, they're the same people that use the formula "fuck around and find out," right? But I can guarantee you, Amanda, that if they're gonna be out in public, they're gonna say some racist shit, and then somebody makes them find out how it is. They're gonna be the ones crying foul, right?
Yeah.
They're gonna be like, "Oh my God, why did he have to do that?" You know? But
Yeah.
I mean, look at what's his name, the racist piece of shit that was arrested for shooting somebody.
Excadriller says, first is lecturing us about science, but doesn't know how many chromosomes the humans have. I don't have everything memorized. I'm going to Google it. Like, what? I don't know off the top of my head.
I mean, to be honest, you should have known how many teeth we have. Okay, I'm not mad about the chromosomes.
I should know it's 32.
Yes, yeah, because it's 8 times 4, right? Because it's like you
But
have
I don't
8 for
know.
every half an arcade of
1,
teeth.
2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 8. Yeah, so 8 times
Yeah,
4,
and then
8,
just times
16,
4.
24,
Yeah,
32.
that's
Yeah,
it.
got it. Dude, can I just tell you how much I absolutely despise libs of TikTok? God, I despise this channel. They're the biggest liars on planet Earth. And they always like try to instill a race war. It's always like, hey, look at the bad black people. Look at the good white people. It's every freaking time. It's so nasty. I hate it.
I mean, there's a few like them, right? Like Cat Turd is kind of the same. And, you know, that was the one that Elon Musk just loved. And with that name, I don't know why, but well, okay, I guess.
Let's see what I can find.
Imagine calling yourself Cat Turd. Can you imagine that? Just doing that to yourself, and not somebody else doing it to you, just you doing it to yourself.
By the way, y'all, we are taking calls. Phone number is 202-998-5218. And it says right here, oh, take a look at this. Look at this. Isn't this not amazing? It says authorities responded after a large tracing of the term 8647 appeared on the grounds of the National Mall in Washington, D.C. A Reuters photographer captured the emerging image from atop of the Washington Monument. So, hold on. So, to be clear,
What does that mean, though?
you don't know what
Does it have a
8647 means? You don't know about this?
I have no idea. I don't know what the fuck that is.
Oh my God. Hold on. Oh my God. So there was a, hold on, let me pull it up. I'll pull up the post. Okay. So the former FBI director, James Comey, he had been gone under scrutiny. He's actually having been, let me see here. He was under investigation after he posted this photo. It's this.
Yeah, I think I heard about Oh, because 47 is like Trump, and 86, I forget exactly what it
Yeah,
is.
so 86 is referring to, it's typically used by chefs to get rid of something on a menu.
Oh, okay.
So that so
I
like
get
a
it.
good example is like if you run out of an ingredient, like 86 the onions. No more onions. 86 the onions.
Okay,
And
I get it now.
there's nothing that really like indicates like to like kill a president. Like, I'm sorry, it just doesn't say this.
Oh, that's what what
yeah,
they thought?
that's why. Yeah, they went after James Comey for posting this picture. He's the former FBI director. He's no longer the FBI director. And they went after him. They're going after him legally for this photo, saying that they're threatening to kill the president.
But wait, it's like wasn't his like the trial was like thrown out of court because it was like salacious and like didn't have any merits?
Yes, it didn't have any merits, but
now I get it why.
But the point is the punishment. The point is the punishment, right? Is making them go through the legal bout. Anyway, let's see here. Former FBI Director James Comey is under investigation after he posted a photo of shells in the sand. Sorry. Arranged in a shape of the numbers 8647. This was read as a call to assassinate President Trump. What?
Assassinate?
What? How is that a call? Bro.
I mean, it's like you literally have the 25th Amendment, you know, it's like it can be like thrown out of like the presidency by other ways. You don't need to assassinate the president to get rid of it from the, from the office. Like, what the fuck is wrong with these people?
Dude, the Trump Trump supporters, they will be like, they'll sit there and just go, guys, my free speech. Guys, my free speech.
Well, that's, so the thing you're showing right now, that's clearly kind of like a piece of art.
Guys,
right?
my free speech.
It's like, it's a metaphorical like suggestion, right? Whereas in the 8647,
meanwhile,
this,
oh my God, ah! No, you're not allowed to do that.
Oh God.
No! They're just like exploding, like it's a fucking like it's that one Yu-Gi-Oh card. You know, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, and also by the way, it's James Comey. I mean, it's like that's also like another guy that's a piece of shit, right? It's like, why the fuck are these people like making me defend fucking James Comey? You know, it's like I fucking hate them for this. It's like, dude, don't make me do that.
So in the U.S., the number 86 is mean to throw someone out of a bar for drinking or a public nuisance. According to Merriam-Webster, 86 as a slang can be to get rid of someone, and 47 is probably Trump himself, as he is the 47th president of the United States. The U.S. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem said that Comey just called for the assassination of Trump. Bruh. What? It's so funny. What?
Yeah, well.
What planet are we on, y'all? What?
I think she said that because she was she wasn't really paying attention, and she was more like mesmerized by her husband's tits.
Let's see. She said that the Department of Homeland Security in the United States Secret Service are investigating the threat and will respond appropriately. This picture of seashells shall not. We will not allow. Where the fuck is it? Oh wait, it's up here. Hold on. This picture of seashells, we cannot allow this.
Okay, so she will
clearly they want to assassinate him.
She will personally go to the beach and remove the shells. Okay, just so you know.
Will do. We'll get to work on that. How dare you talk about our king this way? The Secret Service spokesman told the agency thoroughly investigates anything that might be considered a potential threat to protected officials. Bruh! We are aware of the former FBI director's social media posts and take that rhetoric very seriously. Bruh! What do you mean?
And by the way, just keep this in mind, Amanda, right? I think James Comey is one of the people on this planet that is highly responsible for Trump becoming president on his first term, right? Because if you remember, he restarted the FBI investigation on Hillary Clinton.
Yeah.
Right? Like a few weeks before the elections took place, which is like unheard of, right? Because like the FBI has like this thing where they're not doing that like before elections, you know?
Yeah.
Like in the month before elections, right? He did that, right? And that one thing in itself actually probably managed to kind of push like the thing towards Trump by the exact tiny bit that he actually needed. Because remember, it's like he lost the popular vote, you know. Like his victory was like extremely narrow, narrow.
It was funny because like after Donald Trump had taken office, Comey was the one that led the FBI's investigation into Russian interference in the 2016 election and was leading to the possible ties to the Trump campaign. They cited Comey's handling of the Clinton email investigation, and President Trump fired him in 2017. And so that led for a way for the special counsel of Robert Mueller's probe into Russian interference, bro.
It's just crazy, man. It's like, I don't know. It seems like a really bad fucking movie, you know?
Let's see. Merkinman J says, how is this a First Amendment arguing channel with so many rules that police comments? Yeah, I mean, you just don't like bully people. Like if you wanna have a conversation, I'm right here. Phone number is 202-998-5218. If you disagree with what I have to say, hey, I'll hear you out. We'll have a full conversation. Or is First Amender supposed to be ironic? No, it is not supposed to be ironic. I just understand what the First Amendment, what a First Amendment is.
I don't think he does, though.
No,
he
doesn't.
He thinks,
he has no idea.
And most people think that. Most people think that having the First Amendment allows you to be able to say anything, which is not true. What the First Amendment does is protects your speech from the government. You're not the government, right? As far as I know. Are you the government? No.
So if we take a look at this, right? Authorities responded after a large tracing of the term 8647 appeared on the grounds of the National Mall in Washington, D.C. A Reuters photographer captured the bro, what are the comments like? What are the I can barely see it. Can you even see it? I don't even see a 4.
I mean, I see an 8. I don't see the 4. And
I do not see the 4. I see a 7.
Maybe the 7, but I don't see the 4, and I don't see the 6 either.
Yeah, I mean, I can barely make it out.
For the 4, there's kind of like a line that could be from a 4, but I don't see the rest.
That's hard.
It's like, but yeah, like the 8 and the 7, they're kind of like more clear, but no 6, no 4.
But even if it is, let's assume it is, right? What are the comments? Grok, did this happen? Grok.
Dude,
fuck you.
I fucking hate this shit.
I'm Elon's bitch. I don't comment. Even aliens want him gone.
That's a banger one.
Even aliens want him gone, bro. That's wild.
That's a banger. That's a banger one.
Look at the pickup truck in the background. Those marks are rather large. How are the people making marks not spot? Hey Daniel, can I just tell you how much I hate trucks? Can I just talk to you just how much I fucking hate trucks?
Same.
I hate trucks so much, guys. Chat. My disdain for trucks is just through. It's insane. It is. I have a. I'm like. Hold on, I'm getting a message. Hold on. DK is giving me something here. Let me see here. What in the world is this? Let me copy this. DK is sending me something, so we're going to take a quick gander. No dick pics. No dick pics.
Okay.
All right, let's take a look here. Inside the White House, freak out over the Epstein files. President's top advisors gathered in a series of Situation Room meetings as they struggled to contain a scandal engulfing Donald Trump himself. On July 17, 2025, at around 6 o'clock in the evening, President Trump's top officials filed into the White House Situation Room, the secure bunker where classified and high-stakes national security matters are discussed and decided. This is where President Barack Obama, along with Vice President Joe Biden, Secretary of the States Hillary Clinton, and the president's national security team watched the raid that ended with the death of Osama bin Laden in 2011. Now, however, hold on a second. Give me one quick second. I apologize. Apologies about that. Now, however, Trump's most senior advisors had gathered without him to figure out how to gain some measure of control over a very different kind of crisis threatening to engulf his presidency, the Epstein files. 10 days earlier, the Justice Department and the FBI had jointly released a memo that bluntly stated that the review had found no client list of powerful men for whom the notorious pedophile Jeffrey Epstein had allegedly procured underage girls and young women, intended to put the rest years of speculation at and end the pressure campaign to release the voluminous material of the department's possession. The memo instead had the opposite effect, setting off a backlash that was notably loud among the MAGA base. And it was about to get worse. The Wall Street Journal was preparing a damaging article about Trump's relationship with Epstein. The president's desperate attempts to kill the story has failed. His team now had to get everyone on the same page about how to counter the growing swarm of attention. They needed a gesture of transparency to appease an increasingly angry base, but also a way to convey the message that the president was sympathetic to his supporters' concerns, which itself was a problem because he clearly was.
Clearly. I mean, he clearly didn't give a shit, right? Do you remember? He's like, oh, Epstein? I'm still talking about Epstein? Is that...
Let's see.
Why are you talking about that?
Merk says, real question. If I call, what would you want to discuss? What is the topic of the stream? So anything that a right-winger wants to talk with a progressive such as me, you could be whatever you like. Whatever you want to discuss, we could have the discussion. I'm more than happy to hear you out. Vice President J.D. Vance took a seat at the head of the table of John F. Kennedy's conference room of the Situation Room complex. This is a huge problem, he told the group. Arrayed around him were the White House Chief of Staff, Susie Wiles, the White House Counsel, David Warrington, the Press Secretary, Carolyn Leavitt. Yo, can I just say, dude, I fucking hate Carolyn Leavitt. Holy shit, I hate her, dude. Dude, listening to her, I think I recall sending you the video of Carolyn Leavitt. Dude, anytime I listen to her talk, she sounds like a North Korean newscaster talking about Kim Jong-un. It blows my mind. Her nose is so brown.
Every time I hear her talking, it's like I can see her tongue being firmly lodged between Trump's ass cheeks. Like
it blows me away. Blows me away. The Deputy of Chief Staff Taylor Budowich, the Communications Director Stephen Chung, and the Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche, the Associate Attorney General Stanley Woodward Jr., and the Deputy Chief of Staff James Blair, Attorney General Pam Bondi, and the FBI Director Kash Patel joined on speakerphone. The Vice President appeared panicked to others in the room about the way the subject of the Epstein was already dividing the MAGA coalition. Some senior officials had the impression that Vance had bought into the darkest theories about Epstein and a cabal of predators hidden within the country's ruling class. Wiles would tell others that the Vice President had proved himself to be a major conspiracy theorist. Another top official said later that Vance had been pounding on the Epstein issue since the release of the memo. He was privately pressing for the administration to release all of the Epstein files, everything in the Justice Department's possession, even encouraging a congressional investigation. Vance also had floated to colleagues an extraordinary public relations gambit that the White House enlist Tucker Carlson to interview Epstein's longtime girlfriend and co-conspirator Ghislaine Maxwell in prison. It might help the president if Maxwell was willing to state that Trump had not been part of any wrongdoing.
I mean, they're probably trying to do that. You know, one of the
No,
things
I thought that
they might-
actually happened. She said herself. Maxwell was like,
Did-
Trump
I
had
don't know if
nothing.
she
He was
said
nothing
that.
but a good man. Here, I'll pull
Did
it
she
up.
say that?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Let me see.
Oh well.
She was just like, now, if only I could get a shorter sentence, please.
Oh, he was the greatest, and I'm
Yeah.
not saying that just because he moved me from like a bad prison to a good prison, and I can do whatever I want.
Says,
and, I'm not saying it just that
during
way.
a July 2025 Justice Department interview, Ghislaine Maxwell stated that she never saw Donald Trump behave inappropriately. In a 300 pages of released transcript, she called him a gentleman in all respects, denied ever seeing him in any massage setting, and claimed that he and Jeffrey Epstein were not close friends.
Great.
Okay, bro. All right. Like, okay, I'll take my nicer jail cell now. Thank you. Appreciate it. Love you. Mwah. What the fuck?
I mean, dude, it is just amazing. It is literally just amazing. I don't know what
Vance
to
told
say,
the
man. I
group
don't
that
know
he
what to
believed
say.
all the files should be released as soon as possible. He argued that Congress was going to force the release of the files eventually. It was already clear that a bipartisan coalition in favor of such an action was forming on Capitol Hill, and the momentum was going in one direction. If the administration got out ahead of this, released everything voluntarily, including whatever material existed about the president, it would at least get credit for the transparency. The alternative was to let the story drag on for months as information dripped out. New revelation of the renewing cycle of suspicion and fury. Better rip the Band-Aid off and move on. Says Vice President J.D. Vance appeared panicked to President Trump's top advisors about the way the subject of Jeffrey Epstein was dividing the MAGA coalition. Look how fwayed he is. Even the unsubstantiated allegations and anecdotes about Trump should go out, Vance argued. They were going to surface regardless, and if the administration published them first, it would demonstrate good faith and take the oxygen out of the conspiracy theories. His arguments fell on skeptical ears, but some advisors thought it would be a good idea to have the Justice Department officials call a news conference to explain their position on the Epstein affair, going beyond the memo that precipitated the crisis. Mind you, right? They did so, and they were knowingly blocking out perpetrators while at the same time also showing victims. They showed faces of victims.
Oh, yeah.
Bro!
I did not forget that.
That was wild, dude. And they were covering up the fucking billionaires, bro. I was like, dude, you can't
And
make
Trump's
this up.
name.
Can't
I mean,
make
just
this up.
remember when Jamie Raskin,
Yeah.
because like the people in Congress had actually access to the unredacted files, right, for a while. And Jamie Raskin actually did like a search for Trump's
Hold on.
name.
Real quick. Let's see here. So I've got a few people that I'm actually considering modding. Hey, 55, are you there? If you are there, would you like to be a mod? I will mod you. You're good people, and I like good people. Not to put you on the spot. You're supposed to say yes here. If you don't want to be a mod, I won't make you a mod. Let me know if you don't want to be a mod. I'm going to make you a mod because you're good people. There you go. Moderator. We're just going to do that. There you go. Enjoy. All right. Sorry. Go ahead. Continue.
Yeah, and he did like a Control F for Trump's name in the files. And, according to him, it's like his name appeared in the documents more than 1 million times. 1 million.
It's just wild.
Okay? Which is wild. Of course it's wild. Right? And it's like, what do you do when you have that? Well, you just pretend there's nothing there, right? Because that's literally the only thing they're doing. They're just pretending nothing to see here, folks. It's all good. Nothing to see here.
So it says here, at this point in the meeting, Blair spoke up. With all due respect, he said, the communication strategy of this group got us here. I don't know what is going to get us out. and if you're going to go in front of the press, you've got a lot of work to do. He began to ask pointed mock questions, demonstrating how difficult a news conference might be. As the president's former defense attorney, Blanche had a unique vantage point in the discussion. He was better equipped than anyone else in the room to weigh in on the ideas discussed against Trump's personal political interests. Blanche laid out what he saw as their best options. Option 1 was to petition federal district courts in Florida and New York to unseal the grand jury testimonies, the secret transcripts of prosecutors' presentations of witnesses, and evidence in their efforts to obtain indictments of the past Epstein-related cases. As those were almost certain to contain no significant new information, everyone agreed on that option was a good idea, and not only because of a release was unlikely to damage the president. Under the federal rules of criminal procedure, the secretary of the grand jury materials is regarded by most federal judges as almost always inviolable, and the bar for any release is exceptionally high. The courts refused to unseal them, as Blanche predicted. They could shift the blame without withholding the Epstein material away from the Trump administration onto the judges. And all the better for the judges having been appointed by Democratic presidents. Blanche's suggestion would make it... Ooh, phone call. All right, everybody. Be on your best behavior. You're on the line with First Amender. Hello? You're on the line with First Amender. Hello? 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 Oh, what happened? What happened? Wait, hold on. My microphone was off. Hold on. My microphone was off.
Oh, really?
My microphone was off. Damn it. Call back. Here, let's try it one more time. Here, I'll call him. I'll call him. Is he going to not answer?
Hello?
Hey, can you hear me now?
Yeah, hi, First Amender, right?
Hey, how you doing? Can I get your name?
Hey, I'm Merk, and I'm the guy in the text who's, or in the chat who was complaining about your rules about speech.
All right, Merk, what would you like to talk about?
And so kind of maybe about political polarization right now that's going on, and how I feel like trying to be rational and being I don't want to use the word centrist because people seem to think that's wishy-washy or something, but trying to play devil's advocate on no matter what the issue is, I feel like if I try to do that, automatically people on the left kind of force me into feeling like I'm right-wing because I try to argue the point, play devil's advocate, and I feel like the polarization, maybe people on the right are a little more open to discussing topics than people on the left. They want to quickly, if you don't agree, kind of push you back over the line. And how do you feel about that?
Well, I can't speak for most of the left, but I can only speak for myself, and my actions are that, I have an open call-in show. Anybody can call in. You'll notice that I had no screener. You just call right directly to me. I like hearing open topics and discussing the topics. If you have any topics in particular, or are you more interested in just the meta?
Okay. Let's pick one. I don't know. Okay, I think I saw a video talking about transgender sports issues.
Yeah.
Okay, what's your take on that, if you don't mind me asking?
I think trans women should be allowed in sports.
Okay, you don't think that there's any repercussions to that at all in terms of the playing field?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because you're allowing people to play in sports.
But why is there separate leagues to begin with then?
Well, so you asked, is there any repercussion in sports? And so if you include anybody in any sport, there would in reality be a repercussion no matter who you bring in, because there's somebody that's affecting the field.
Okay, so what's the point of any rules then in any sport?
I'm okay with rules. I never said I'm
Right,
against
so if
rules.
the rule is
You
that
asked
we
if there's
exclude-
if there's any repercussion. Yes, there's a repercussion in anybody joining any team.
Well, the repercussion I'm talking about, let's say, the fairness of the game. You think that that's unaffected?
I don't see how the fairness is any more or less affected. No.
So you think that let's just say a boy transitions at 16 and wants to. There is girl wrestling leagues in the country. Wants to wrestle girls. That's going to be fair.
Yeah.
You don't. So do you think that boys wrestling girls in general is fair?
No.
Okay, so automatically just transitioning makes you eligible to automatically step across that line. And so, like, how does it make it to say that you transition? How does that make that all of a sudden fair to compete with the opposite?
Why
sex?
is it not fair that men and women compete?
Oh, it's not. But then what's the then what's the,
I'm
well,
asking
first
why.
of all,
Why is it not fair?
because you know that by any metric that men will always outcompete women by a large margin, right? What did they do? Venus Williams couldn't beat the 450th ranked male tennis player about 10 years back. So that's ridiculous. And this is sort of my problem when you talk to people, like, does that really make common sense to you?
Yeah, no, it does make sense. What about women with androgen insensitivity syndromes?
Well, okay, but so you're talking about people, and by the way, I mean, this is in good faith, man. I'm not trying to get hostile, or I'm not,
Daniel,
I
you're hot
apologize if it's
micing.
coming off that. If it comes off that way, honestly, I'm really not trying to be that way.
Yeah. So, what would you say about women with androgen insensitivity syndromes? By any metric, they do outcompete other women.
Right. Okay. I mean, but what is the percentage of women who have that syndrome?
It's a small percentage. I think it's like
Okay,
1 in 12,000.
Okay. So why do we don't factor in the smallest parts of any kind of, like, we don't. What's the point of factoring in a very outlying margin? And you compensate for that when it shows up. I mean, but
What's
to
the
bake
percentage
that
of
into
trans people in sports?
But to bake that into the rule set, I mean, that, No. You're talking about, you just brought up a specific example. You're not.
Yeah. You
weren't
said
talking-
we don't factor in small parts. That's fair. What is the percentage of trans women in sports?
I honestly don't know. I'm naive to that. I admit that.
Okay, that's fair. So I pulled this up. Transgender people make up an exceptionally small fraction of all athletes, representing less than 0.002% of college athletes and 0.001% of Olympians.
Right.
So, okay, so here's the thing, right? Regarding
I just said
women,
you compensate for that when it shows up. That was the whole
hold
argument.
Hold on. So you said that when regarding women with androgen insensitivity syndrome, you said, there's a small percentage, so we don't need to worry about that, right? We don't need to factor in the small parts. And knowing that the percentage of trans women in sports is 0.002% in college and 0.001% of Olympians, isn't it fair to say that that is a small percentage?
Yeah, but we're talking about, now we're going to get into the argument about whether transgenderism is a choice or whether it's biological, because now we're talking about something that's biologically, that's no fault of the person that they have that syndrome, versus some people would argue choosing to be transgender.
But that was not your metric. Your metric was regarding women that have an. You had argued that women. That it is unfair that men compete with women because men outcompete women. And so I came up with an example where women would outcompete other women by having an androgen insensitivity syndrome. And then it is true, they do outcompete other women. And your answer was, well, that's a small percentage. So we don't factor in the small parts. So if the percentage of trans women is very, very small, then by logically speaking, you would have to acknowledge that you'd be okay with trans women in sports.
Fine. I'll concede that point that me implying about the androgen levels and comparing that, they're both small percentages. Why do I care about one and not the other? You got me. I admit it. But they aren't apples to apples comparisons.
Okay.
Are they? Because one.
No, I mean, they're different. Sure.
So if
I don't think you could have apples to apples in any comparison, really. I'm just trying to address the logical argument.
Right, but like we've seen men who don't compete well at college level all of a sudden decide that they're transgender and become national champions. They're making a choice.
Who
right?
is that?
Give me an example of the swimmer, Leah Thomas. What was her name? Yes. Right? I mean,
you're aware that she's like 32nd in the globe, right?
Well, okay, but what about in whatever?
I'm just saying, like 31 biological women are better than her.
What you're talking about now, or when she was competing at the collegiate level?
I mean, so Leah Thomas, she came in first in one race and then proceeded to not win any race.
Yeah, but
it was only until she won that one race that they decided to restrict her from being able to swim. But I guess I'm a little confused. I mean, Leah Thomas had trained her whole life. She had taken hormones for several years in order to be able to compete. She did compete and she lost to women. There's only that one race that she won, despite the fact that she had done everything in her power to compete. Her racing numbers had decreased substantially from when she was a male. And so I don't see her. And again, we're still stuck on that. I'm okay with the idea of Leah Thomas being able to swim. I don't see a reason, in the same way that there exist women that have androgen insensitivity syndromes that do in fact do very well in sports.
Okay, fair enough. Then let me ask you this. What's the point of having separate divisions then? If we can just...
Because men and women are different.
Okay, so but why not just anybody could just cross over at any time and say, I want to compete over here, I want to compete over here. So what's the point of having a different division?
No, I think in order to establish a specific gender, you have to have the performative nature of the opposite gender. You can't just have zero performativity and then call yourself that and then join the other sports.
That's
the way that I address it.
I mean, you're telling me that who decides they can be a woman and who can't be now based on their performativeness?
I think if you want to transition, you have to have the performative nature of male or female. Yes.
You think a lot of people would agree with you on that, on who are on that side of the argument?
They could agree or disagree. They could agree or disagree with. I'm just bringing up the sociological base that exists behind it.
Okay, fair enough. If that's your view, I accept that as reasonable. That you think that they should. I mean, I don't see many people making that argument, but that's a fair argument. I just still don't. So I guess the argument you don't believe in that men and women have different. I'm not trying to do the typical. I know you're going to roll your eyes when I say this. The hormones, the bone density, all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
Is that not real? Is it real? Is it not a
No,
factor?
It is real. Yeah, no. Men typically have higher bone density, more musculature than that of women. That's true.
And that doesn't give any kind of benefit, or
yes, it does give them advantage.
Okay, so what are we saying then?
I'm okay with it. I'm okay with that advantage because there are biological women who have the same exact advantage because of increased levels of testosterone. But there can even be instances where people have less testosterone and still perform better than that of those people who have more testosterone. It comes out, it's more than just simply being biologically determined. It requires a lot of training. It requires a lot of effort in order to actually compete at the highest levels. And I don't see any reason, given if they are providing a performative nature to being able to compete, I don't see a problem. I see none at all.
The median that is the average. Let's say the average woman who has high testosterone is less than a male coming over and competing, right? Like there's going to be a bigger. Yes, of course, everybody's different.
True.
But you're saying if we take the average of
so typically when men choose to become trans and establish the performative nature of being trans, one of the things that they do is they take hormone replacement therapy. They often have less testosterone of that than even cisgendered women. They would not have higher testosterone typically.
So is it pseudoscience that coursing through their body for 18 plus years gives them an advantage? I mean, I don't know.
No, because they're taking. So here's the thing, right? In terms of like bone density and higher muscles, yes, but there are biological women who have the exact same thing, and we don't ban them.
Not at the same scale, though, right?
Yes, it is at the same scale. It really is. It is.
You're going to say you're going to really argue that a man that has higher bone density is going to compete evenly with a woman that has higher bone density.
Yes. Like, do you remember that one? Do you remember that one? What was that one? Emaine Kelliff? Do you remember her?
Refresh my memory. I think I remember.
Here, I'll pull it up. But I believe that she was. She went into. I think it was. She was an Algerian boxer, and if you look at her, a lot of people thought that she was a man.
Right.
Right, and it was found that she punched really, really hard. Right. Okay. And the women were like, why the heck is she punching so hard? And a lot of people started questioning whether or not that she was transgender. Turns out she wasn't transgender. She was a biological woman. The problem is that this idea that it's like they have to fit in one of the bimodal spectrums perfectly or the other. The reality is that hormones are complex. And there are certain women that just have more testosterone naturally.
I guarantee every man in her weight class would punch the top 300 ranked would punch harder than her.
Maybe, but I mean, this is why I would argue the performative nature of, oh, he hung up. What happened? Why did he hang up? That was a good conversation.
Yeah, that was also very abrupt, I would say.
That was abrupt.
What happened?
Oh, well. That was a good one. Transgender
he was okay.
Let's see. Exca Driller says, but first, why not just combine the categories? Because typically the categories are fine separate. There's nothing, this is fine. Just make both men and women play sports together. No, I don't agree with that. Merk says, did you hang up? Nope, I did not hang up. It just hung up for some reason. If you want to continue the conversation, we can do so.
Also,
no trans man is gonna dominate on the Lakers. Let him play.
Yeah, but I think it's very hard for some people to understand like the effects of estrogen on somebody that didn't grow up like through puberty.
Well, not only that, right? The testosterone suppressants. They're literally taking testosterone suppressants for years before they even have the ability to compete. I don't see a reason
and it's
why we should
like even the
be
bone
worried about
density.
this.
It's like because I agree, right? You're gonna have like a bigger bone density if you're growing up like with testosterone and everything.
But that's what I mean. Is like,
but the thing with estrogen actually is like gets your bone density.
Yeah.
It lowers it.
Well,
right?
there are cisgendered women that have the same bone density, yet they can compete. So I don't think the reason why. I think people genuinely just don't want to see trans women in sports because I think logically speaking, I don't see a way around not allowing trans women to be in women's sports. Logically, I just don't see it. I don't.
I mean,
let's
I
see. Yeah,
understand
Merk
why
says,
some
"Can
of
I
them are
call
saying
back?"
that.
Yes, you can call back. Forever Rain says, "Why do you disagree with co-ed sports?" Because generally speaking, men are stronger than women. I understand. There's also increased sexual intimidation, which I think is problematic. That is just not the thing for trans women. among women. So yeah. Anyway, let me take a look here. Hey, Rain, I gotta start modding the people that I like. I gotta start modding. Forever Rain, I'm gonna mod you, okay? Let me know if you don't want to be a mod. If you don't want to be a mod, I'll take it away. Just let me know. Okay, there you go. Forever Rain, you are now a mod. All hail the new mod, Forever Rain. All hail Forever Rain. We are taking calls.
Modding people.
Yeah. We are taking calls. Phone number is 202-998-5218. You want to call in and have a discussion, we can do so. More than happy to hear you out. Let's see. Joel Feliciano, if trans is just a gender, why let them play with the opposite sex? Why can't you let be trans women and play against males? Because of their performance is far lower than that of other males. Because women have boobs. Yes, boobs. Make AWOL a mod already. Can I trust AWOL?
Nah, I don't think that.
I don't think I can trust AWOL. No offense to AWOL.
AWOL needs to go through like a re-education camp.
Yeah, he's got it. Yeah. All right, hang tight.
First the camp, then the mod.
I'll be right back. I gotta use the bathroom. I'll be right back. Just give me a second. Drink too much freaking water, bro. It's my fault.
Yo, Daniel.
Hey, B. How are you?
I don't know. I'm not hungry. I'm not sad. I just feel like I figured everything out.
You're just happy and full, basically, is what you're saying.
Like, no, like how do you describe it when you just figured everything out?
Being delusional?
No, I don't think that's it. I'm definitely not delusional about it.
I mean, I don't know if people can figure everything out. I think there's a few things you haven't figured out yet.
No, not like discovering like the solution to mathematic problems that no one's been able to solve yet. I don't mean like discovering the reality to certain quantum physics. Like I'm talking about just like figuring everything out.
In your life? I don't know. Have you?
Sort of, yeah.
Man. I hope you. I mean, it's like you should be happy in that case, right? It's like you got things figured out. I mean, that's the shit. Like everybody wants that, right? Everybody wants to be in control.
Yeah, but like, I just don't even know how to feel, bro.
I'm back.
Just give me some time.
All right, so we are taking calls. Phone number is 202-998-5218. If you guys are enjoying this conversation, if you have not hit that like button, bruh, you got to hook me up. Hook me up with that like. You got to tell YouTube you like it, right? You like the videos. You like the content. Maybe you want to see more progressivism on your feed. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you're not subscribed. Looks like we got a phone call. Here we go.
He's calling back.
You're on the line with First Amender.
Hey, man. It's Merk again.
Hey, Merk.
Hey, I guess no one else called, so I figured I'd call back. I don't want to hog up time or anything. But,
no, you're good. You're good.
So, fair enough. You made a lot of good arguments, and you've opened my mind up to a lot of different viewpoints to that argument. Can I bring up a different one?
Sure.
What do you think about the reparations issue?
To who?
About African Americans receiving reparations.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Okay, fair enough. Who should it be? Should it be tax-paid dollars that go to that?
I'll be honest. If you were asking me specific numbers, I don't think I could accurately give you a number.
No. I'm saying should it be tax money that goes to that?
Yes.
Okay, but so how do we stop people feeling like they're being made responsible for something? Not only did they not have no part in, but like me, for instance, none of my ancestors didn't come here until 1870, right, from Czechoslovakia. So I'm not saying I feel this way, but what would you say to people who feel like it's sort of, group guilt?
Yeah, I don't feel that white people should feel guilty. Nor
Well, why is it white people? Like or are you just saying that you're responding? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but you say you're responding like should white people should they feel guilty?
I said no.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I misunderstood you. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, like nobody alive today is a perpetuator of slavery.
Okay, right.
Unless, of course, if you own a private prison, in which case you are a literal perpetuator of slavery. But that's beside
I agree with you on that, actually, 100%.
But with that being said, one thing that I like to point out is let me take a look here. Give me a second.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey man, so you're in DC, huh?
I am not in DC now.
Oh, I just saw the number. I'm actually at the birthplace of America, man. One of them. I'm like literally standing where Washington crosses Delaware right now.
Nice.
So, yep.
So we have here the typical median White House household holds roughly $285,000 in net worth, compared to roughly $44,000 for the typical black household. This means for every dollar in wealth held by white families, black families approximately hold 15 cents. This massive disparity is driven by historical barriers to home ownership, generational transfers, and unequal access to wealth-building investments.
Agreed.
Yeah. So basically what I'm observing is that like there's just like a really long history of preventing success for black people. Like it can go as far back as, talking about, Black Wall Street as one example, where there was a white supremacists that burned down an entire black owned town that was doing well off.
Agreed. I'm not disagreeing with anything you just said.
Yeah.
I just don't know how do we, I don't know how, so we feel like we have a necessity to make up the sins of the past by financial payout. Is that the argument?
So, can you repeat your question? Because I'm trying to understand what you're saying.
It just seems like that the only way. First of all, having reparations isn't gonna get rid of any kind of racial separation that happens in the United States. Even once reparations happen, that's still going to be there. But to say that paying out reparations is going to fix the mistakes of the past, and somehow, like that's the only way we can move away from the sins of the past is by somehow, having a mass payout, where we've been trying for, since the 60s to try to prop up, minorities, and it hasn't really worked at all.
Where did you get that social programs targeting black people in a beneficial way has not worked?
You would argue that African Americans are better now than since the civil rights movement.
Yes.
That they're better.
Yes, they are better off now.
What is the single motherhood rate amongst African Americans now, as opposed to before then?
I mean, it's roughly the same.
No, it's
but
not.
If you wanted specifically,
less.
like the total wealth, it's higher. Level of education is higher. College attainment is higher. Virtually every metric is higher.
That's not true. The percentage of African Americans who actually, when they go to college, who graduate.
It is true. We did lower the teen pregnancy rates. However, that got lowered, which I would actually argue is a good thing. I think a lot of people look at like birth rates as like the problem, when in reality, if you look at the numbers, it turns out that what was lowered is that we have significantly lowered teen pregnancy because of contraceptives and teaching health education. I think that's really important.
Oh, so wait, so you think teen pregnancy is good?
No, it's not good. I'm saying we've lowered teen pregnancy, and that's what's lowered the birth rate.
Wait. You're saying teen pregnancy amongst African American girls is lower now than before 1964?
Yes.
Please bring up that statistic.
Okay.
I'd love to see that. I'd love to see the single motherhood rates of before 1964, or let's just go now and 1950, if we could do that, or something like that. Or the amount of African Americans who, or amount of African American children who grow up in
It says here, teen pregnancy and birth rates are significantly lower today than they were in the early 1960s and before 1964. In the late 1950s and early 1960s, the U.S. teen birth rate frequently hovered around 88 to 96 births per 1,000 females ages 15 to 19. By contrast, recent data from the Center of Disease Control and Prevention shows that teen birth rate has dropped to record lows, standing from around 11 to 13 births per 1,000 females in the same age group. This represents a historic decrease of more than 80% of historical highs.
Yeah, but we're not talking about African Americans, though.
That is African Americans. It literally
you
was
said
bringing
women. I didn't hear you say anything about African Americans.
Yeah. Okay. Teen pregnancy for African Americans. All right.
Also, Amanda, just be aware
Says
that
here,
it's kind of like a switch from like teen pregnancies
teen
to
birth
single
rate
mothers.
for African Americans is significantly lower today than it was in 1964. Nationally, the rate has plummeted by over 70% from its historic peak, driven by improved access to contraception and comprehensive sex education. This is from the Pew Research Center.
All right. Okay, fair enough. Did you? I'm actually kind of driving now. So did you like chat GPT that, or?
I'm using an AI overview, but it does give us the source right here. It's the Pew Research Center. I mean, this is not a secret, right? There was the baby boom years and the teen birth rates that are shown per births for 1,000 females between ages 15 to 19, where you could see that there was a huge amount during the baby boom years, an increase of teen pregnancy. So it's just teens being more educated about sex.
Fair enough.
Anyway, but I just want to point out, I don't know where you got the idea that Africans are worse off now prior to the civil rights movement.
Well,
I think I've heard a lot of right-wing podcasters say this, but there's just no empirical metric to show that that's the case.
Yeah, I mean, it just seems, the upward mobility. I don't know if you could.
It's also better. It is also better. Upward mobility is improved prior to the civil rights movement.
Okay. I mean, I'll take your word for it. It just, then okay. Then what exactly are we talking about then?
Well, I mean, I'm in favor of reparations specifically, because I think that there still exists a significant gap between white families and black families, and just white people and black people in general, in terms of how much they're paid, educational attainment. And this goes back to, redlining laws of the past. It goes back to how wealth has kept black communities being stratified, to destruction of property of black peoples as soon as that they have any amount of success in the past. They have not been able to establish the level of generational wealth that is presumed by white families. And I'm going to be honest, I believe that the generational wealth of white families is largely due to the past. I mean, that's what generational wealth is. If you persistently take away the rights of black people, and that white people had generationally benefited off of that, the rippling effects still exist. And so on that basis, I believe that in reparations towards black individuals, in the same way that we apply reparations to Native Americans in the U.S.
I'll be honest, I don't know if I necessarily agree with that either.
You don't agree with reparations for Native Americans?
No, because look, I know it's going to sound, you're going to think I'm crazy trying to say I'm a centrist by saying this, and this might be a crazy hot take, but they lost, man. That's just the way it goes throughout history. Yeah, right? I'm serious. Why nobody nobody talks about the Turkification of Turkey when it used to be Anatolian Greeks. I'm not some ethno-racist, man. I'm not. But it's just the way history is and plays out. If you're going to argue that, I guess if we become a social democratic liberal society, we need to uphold those values more now. Fine, I get it.
So you're saying like, as long as somebody as long as you have enough force to beat somebody.
Yeah, I think that there's not. Yeah, I'll be honest. You know, when people talk about, for the record, I think that the Israeli state is doing a bad thing in Gaza. Before we get there, but I think that throughout history, might makes right. You take what you want, and when people talk about war crimes, right? When people say this is illegal, right? People saying the war in Gaza is illegal. Illegal to who, right? You're gonna, you know, who.
Well, legality doesn't mean morality, right? I think we can both agree with that, right?
Well, morality is subjective, right? So
yes, but is it true? Like, would you agree that legality isn't morality?
What would we agree that it isn't morality?
Is legality morality to you? Like, if what is legal, does that make it moral?
No, not 100%.
I agree, right? The Nazi purges were legal. The Maoist and Stalinist purges were legal. Apartheid was legal. That doesn't make it right.
No, but I'm not arguing that it's right. I'm just arguing that it happened.
No. But what you did do is that you did make the argument that might makes right. So as long as you have enough force, then it's right. So
I'm sorry.
Under that basis, is it fair to say that Stalin was right to murder the kulaks?
No. When I said, okay, I'm sorry. When I said, I was using that as more of like a colloquial term. I just meant that people throughout history took what they wanted, and that determined what their morality was or is, right? Or like, you know, like when you reach a certain point, right? Like to Stalin, it was right? And because, you know, I guess I get tired of hearing the phrase "it's illegal" at an international level, because illegal to who?
Well, was Stalin, was Stalin right to murder? I didn't ask to Stalin. Of course, Stalin thought it was the right thing to do to murder the kulaks. But I'm asking you, was it right for Stalin to murder the kulaks?
For how I personally feel, no. But at the same time,
why not? Might makes right, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Okay. Listen, if somebody came to me forcefully and took everything I owned, and there's nothing I could do about it, I lost. That's it, and I'd have to accept that fate. That's just that's the point I'm trying to get at.
But here's the problem, right? It isn't even a factor of like you have to accept it just because they happen to be strong enough to stop you. The question is whether or not it makes it right.
I don't. Who cares about that? Because Stalin didn't care if it was right.
I understand, but do you see?
Mao didn't care if it was right. Do you see
where the problem is?
They just did it. No, I'm serious. I mean, I don't know what you can laugh about.
Do you see where the problem is? Where the moral there's like a huge moral gap here.
Yeah, but that's to you, right? Because morality is subjective.
No, I think,
and maybe even to me, I think it's wrong too.
A moral compass would tell you that Stalin's dekulakization was wrong, and it shouldn't have been done.
About people who don't?
It doesn't matter if they had enough power to do it.
Oh
it doesn't make it
right. Why not?
Subscribe.
No, but that makes it real.
Hey, yo, Lifetime just subscribed. Thank you very much for the subscription, Lifetime. And if you guys are not subscribed to the channel, do consider subscribing. More than happy to hear you out. And like the video if you have not hit like. Okay, so you're able to establish that Stalin was not right to murder the kulaks.
No, Hitler wasn't right. I mostly believe in liberal democracy, but as I've gotten older, man, I don't know what I believe in. I don't even know if I believe in I don't even know if I believe in democracy. 35.
You're 35. Wow. Well, I'm 1 year older than you, but so
I don't even know if I believe.
So it's fair to say, was Hitler right to murder the Jews?
No, of course not. But that doesn't mean that I don't understand
Why? He was strong enough.
the way. Right, but just because me and you think it's wrong doesn't change the fact that's what happened, and essentially trying to go on forever to make up for the past. This is the ultimate point I'm getting at.
But here's the thing, right? You were making the argument that might makes right. And I'm pointing out very clearly that Hitler had the might, but obviously it didn't make it right. And so I guess I go back to like considering that, hey, listen, you know, the Native Americans lost. Yeah, we had the might to stop them, but does it make it right?
Well, to me, I'm just tired. But like, you know, this whole idea that this whole modern, when I say liberalism, I'm not talking about leftist liberalism. You know, the whole modern post-Enlightenment liberal ideas that we're talking about, right? Like, you know, people for a long time didn't even think this way, right? And you know, what I'm saying is that, you know, on the world stage, right? Like if like Israel, for instance, right? I would respect them a lot more if Netanyahu would say, you know, yeah, I'm going to do what I want in Gaza. Fuck you, come and stop me, make me stop. All right, you know, like that's what I would wish I'd hear more people say. And you know, because to who makes things illegal, right? Morality? Is that what you're arguing? Morality makes things legal and illegal?
No, I'm not making that argument. I'm pushing against your idea that you think might makes right. Obviously, it doesn't.
No, I told you from the beginning I misspoke. I just meant that if, you know, throughout history, you know, just the idea that... So,
hold on. If you misspoke...
Originally, the whole idea of equitable outcome is what I was getting at. I get tired of hearing that argument.
Hold on. If you misspoke, right, then I go back to the same question, right? Because you said might makes right, you take what you want. And so obviously you didn't actually mean that. You realize the error of that. So that's fine. So the question is as long as you have enough force to beat somebody, it's okay? The answer is no, right?
I'll be honest, and you're going to probably post this on your YouTube channel and say, crazy guy says might makes right. I don't know. I mean, if we're...
You don't know.
On like a philosophical level, I really don't know, you know?
Well, hold on. So you said you misspoke on the might makes right thing, and we went over the Nazi purges, and we went over the Stalinist purges, right? So obviously might doesn't make right because there's an incongruence between the mighty and what they had done. And you know that it's not right. And so
maybe we're arguing about the term right here.
I think if you think about it for a second, you do know, you would know. And specifically the part that you would know is, you know, might doesn't make right.
Well, we're arguing about the term right. You're talking about some kind of moral outcome for, like, I guess the largest amount of people. What I'm saying is that, you know, so everybody has their own idea about what's right. Okay, Hitler thought he was right invading Poland in 1939 and invading the Soviet Union in 40, or France in 40 and Soviet Union in 41 or whatever. Right? He thought he was right. Okay. To get what he wanted, that he thought was right, he took what he wanted, right? Same thing with Stalin. He wanted Eastern Europe after that. He came in and he took what he wanted, that he wanted to create a Soviet empire in Eastern Europe or whatever, right? To them, it's right. Okay, that's why morality is subjective. Okay, so if you're talking about it from a modern, post-Enlightenment idea of of objective moralism, then you're right. But on the real world, when throughout history, people took things that they wanted and they thought it was right.
And thought it was right. Okay, yeah, I'm writing down what you're saying. Okay, so, but I understand your perspective, and I'm aware that they were strong enough to take, but for whatever reason, you're okay understanding that you don't believe that it was right.
No, because I don't agree with but that's from my perspective, right? Not from their perspective.
So might doesn't make right from your perspective.
From my perspective, but that doesn't mean on a metaphysical level,
Okay,
right?
So hold on. So I'm going to ask the same question because you clearly know, as long as you have enough force, it's okay. You said you don't know, but it clearly, obviously, you do know.
No, okay. Here's exactly how I'm going to say it. I don't think it's okay, but at a metaphysical level, they were. I don't think it's right, but just because I don't think it's right doesn't mean that it's on a bigger, like, somebody thought it was right, okay, and we have it, so the winners draw the lines about what is right and what is wrong, right? So just because I don't think it's right, the fact that they took what they wanted doesn't mean that, through. I guess what I'm getting at, my ultimate argument is that the idea of, I kind of got off track, but the idea of like equitable outcome to me drives me nuts because,
Well, you'll be free to know that me as like a hardcore, unabashed, progressive, I don't believe in an equitable outcome, and I'm not aware of any progressive that argues for everybody be perfectly equal in terms of like wealth.
Okay, fair enough.
I just think that people should be equal in terms of rights, right? Like an even playing field, if you will.
Oh, that you're not going to hear me not say that. That's different,
Well, that's what I'm arguing.
Okay, but you're talking about. I'm talking about. Okay, I think here's where we're going to differ. Then I guess on a national level, yes, I agree, and equal rights for everybody. That includes, we talked about, trans rights earlier. For constitutional rights, everybody, regardless of skin color, gender, sexual preference, they all should be equal under the law. 100% in the United States, okay? We go one level above that to nationally. Who is to say what the laws are? The UN? Okay? Well, somebody, like Russia's going to say, fuck you. Come make me, abide by come make me not abuse homosexuals. Come make me do it. Okay? And I'm just saying that, that's what history, that's how it was throughout history.
Yeah. Well, and I think, and we both have come to the conclusion that just because that they have the might doesn't mean that they make it right. And so I think
we're using right in a different. I meant right as might is right as meaning like you take what you want. That's more. That's I use the phrase in the wrong.
It's not right though.
Yeah, I used the phrase in the wrong way.
I think we both agree with that. I appreciate you calling, Merk. That was a very interesting call.
All right, man. Fair enough. Hey,
did you have any closing arguments or?
Nah, I just
all right.
Try not to make me look like a total idiot on YouTube
I will
video.
Tell you what, I normally draw the most embarrassing pictures of people. I will avoid that.
All right, man.
I was like,
thanks.
Guy realizes he made a mistake. I don't know. We'll see. All right. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Take care, man.
That one weirdly went well. What do you think, Daniel?
Yeah, I mean, I find it so weird, especially when people talk about reparations, because I don't think people kind of understand what the point of reparation is.
Exactly.
And it's mostly about like healing the soul of the country
Yeah.
and kind of taking accountability as a nation, not necessarily for the things you did, because obviously, as you pointed out, it's like none of you did that, right? It's like
Exactly.
you're not part of the people that did slavery.
Yeah.
But there needs to be accountability, and not only that, it's like as a nation, I think you also need to kind of realize like the systemic harm that was done to that specific segment of the population.
Yes.
And I don't think it's easy, and I think this is the hard part, is kind of like figuring out the logistics of who's getting the reparation, how are you going to actually implement that thing. But I think it's like if you're running away from it, it's like you're ignoring like a vital part of your history. And if you're doing that, you're going to be extremely vulnerable in actually repeating it. And I'm sorry to say, but that's exactly what is kind of happening today. I think the reason you have somebody like Trump that's extremely racist and does like so much harm to the black population again is because this lack of accountability as a nation, right? For the let's call them like sins of the past, right, so to speak.
Yeah, I understand.
And you know what the funny thing is, Amanda, because I always thought about this thing, right? Every time you're saying reparations, like, oh, from like public money, and like it's like, yeah, of course, but that's not fine. But then if you're telling people, well, do you think we should just like remove all the handicap ramps in the country? Just
exactly. Yes.
Fuck them. It's like, I don't need them. You don't need them. It's like, why are we paying for that?
Let's see.
The vast majority of people don't use them.
Lifetime is saying Indian Jesus says he wants you to come to his panel and apologize to him. Why the fuck?
Why the fuck would you apologize to him?
Why would I apologize to him? He called me an F-bomb. What an asshole. What do you mean? Bro
he
came
should put
in.
some ash on his head for his crimes, not the other way around.
That's just wild. All right. We're taking calls. Phone number is 202-998-5218. If you guys want to call in, have a discussion, we can do so. I was going to go over some other stuff. Let's take a look. Let's see what I can find on X. God, I hate calling
Dude, don't say X. Never say X. It's Twitter, dude.
Notice
Twitter.
that I call it X.
It's
and
always
going
to be Twitter.
I'm going to buy a Cybertruck.
Well, if you
have you seen those
car
pieces of
truck,
shit? Have you seen those pieces of
dude,
shit?
You just said you dislike trucks. It's like
yeah.
Imagine getting a Cybertruck,
maximum
which is like,
garbage.
It's like getting a truck, but way worse than it already is.
Yeah.
You know,
terrible those trucks.
Don't do that.
Speaking of truck, bro, my disdain for trucks, it is through the roof. It is insane. Let me see if I can find like Forever Rain says Amender is a Twader. Twader. It says Twader.
Oh god. I mean, if you're buying a Cybertruck, you would be. I would consider you the one.
Yeah, I really dislike trucks. I very much hate them. Here, let's take a look here. Let's take a look at some this is a funny picture. What the fuck is this picture?
Well, it is Twitter, man.
So.
What can you do?
The average ride then, the 1985 family wagon. Utilitarian design can carry 5 people in luggage in a compact area. Unapologetically for suburbanites, owners do not care because they aren't undergoing a masculinity crisis. Built by union workers in Michigan, can be fixed with the right wrench and the user manual. Low bumper, driver can easily see animals and small children. The 2025 Child Crusher 9000.
Which is true, by the way. They're so bad.
Average run. Yeah. Oh, dude. Some of the blind spots are insane.
Yeah.
Oh, let me see. The blind spots terrify me.
I mean, they're so big, and that's the reason, right? It's like
It's
just
bad.
like
It's bad.
The
It's
sheer
really
size
bad.
of them.
Yeah. Here, I'll post it so you can see it for yourself. Let me see here. Where the fuck is it?
You know,
Yeah.
I'm kind of blessed.
Yeah, like
for
this.
being in Europe.
This
right?
shit. This shit.
Yeah, I mean, look at that fucking.
Dude.
Oh my god.
Dude, why is it? What the fuck? No. What the hell was that? What is it asking? It wants me to talk to this lady?
Oh, it's the AI agent.
Hello, I'm
They want to
Blascal
sell you
Legal.
something.
Hablamos Español. I am a live person here to help. I have a question.
Yeah, right. Ask her something
I have a question.
like only an AI would ask.
Trucks especially, please, they need to be off the street and illegal, and to ban all giant trucks.
Okay, ask her for a recipe. Ask her for a recipe.
Yo, fuck.
Like give
Yo,
me
fuck.
the recipe for
I hate
pasta carbonara.
I hate trucks. They need to be off the street and illegal. How do I file legislation to ban all giant trucks? All right, let's go. Claire's typing. What does Claire have to say? Thanks for the question. The fastest way to get an answer for me to get your information to our legal representative had to reach out to your Can I tell you?
ask her for the carbonara recipe. Come on.
What is the recipe for carbonara?
There you go.
Look at first wasting the time of the working. You think that this is a person?
Of course it's not a person.
It's 9 p.m. They are not helping us.
She's taking a lot with the carbonara recipe.
What is the recipe for
Gives you a good
It
one.
seems like we're not interested in her. Damn it. Damn it.
Ah, God.
I wanted her to give me
I was-
carbonara recipes. All right. Looks like she's done, I guess. Yeah, bro, look at this shit. Totally unacceptable. Look at these, dude. Look at this Cadillac Escalade, bro. Dude, imagine
like the
not being able to
worst.
see 8.5 feet in front of you, bro.
Oh my God.
Imagine what that's like, where it's like you just physically cannot see 8.5 feet in front of you, bro. That's psychotic. Like you need to have you need to have a sloped front. I'm sorry, like you're not allowed.
Yeah, you need to.
Anyway, the
And also, it's
2025
bad when they hit you also, because you know when they hit you, they just
yeah,
you're just like
they
you know
because they hit your
propel you.
chest, they kill you.
Yeah.
Because they hit you
Yeah,
in the chest specifically, it kills you. Anyway, so the 2025 Child Crusher 9000, and yes, we will call it that, the Child Crusher 9000, because that's what it is. There's a bed that barely fits a toolbox. Yo, Drew. Have you seen some of these trucks? The bed of the
I
truck,
have. So
they're
I
so
was, like-
small.
Like last week, I was, it was me and my wife, and we saw like this huge fucking truck. It was like a Ford something, and I was looking at that motherfucking thing, and I was like, why the fuck is it so big? And why is the bed so small? Like literally, it's like you can get like
It's 'cause they're not
Volkswagen or,
doing
like a
anything.
Mercedes that's like made for that. And dude, your bed is like huge, right? Because if you're the working man, that actually needs the space for the shit it has. But that thing, what had like the smallest fucking bed. I think its bed it was smaller than the truck of my car, right? Which is like a Volkswagen Tiguan or something.
Yeah, so take a look at this. Bruh. Wait, bruh. All right, hold on. We're getting a call. We're getting a phone call. You're on the line with First Amender.
Hey, what's happening first? How's it going?
Hey, it's Rob. How you doing, Rob?
I'm all right, man.
Please tell me
Hey,
you hate
when you
cars as
move,
much
what
as
do
I
you
do.
use?
What?
When you move, what do you use?
A pickup? I use a U-Haul.
Okay, trucks then.
Yeah.
or you just hate the giant trucks?
No, I just don't like the dumbass, like all these suburbanites, like driving around in these horrible,
the huge trucks,
like
the giant trucks.
Dude, I gotta tell you how many times I've seen a person in these giant pickup trucks, and the bed is pristine. There is no dents on the vehicle whatsoever. There's no mud
they're not
or
working
nothing,
in it,
dude.
man.
They ain't working. They're not working.
They're not
Not only
working.
that,
They're
not
not
only do
putting
they do that, bro, not only do they do that, they lift the truck. It's lifted. So making it harder to, like, you know, do the job of a pickup truck.
Mm-hmm.
I hate them. I hate trucks. I hate them. I hate them. They need to be illegal.
When you show
Make them illegal. Ban them all.
the visibility of the truck. I'm like, those are real?
Yeah, those are real.
How they allow something on the road that has that level of
oh man, just wait till we go
lack
over the
of
legislation.
visibility.
Just wait till we go over the legislation.
How does that? We're so asinine a country. We're horrible. We are so horrible, and it's like legislation. It's like people in general. Well, not all people. A lot of people. They only care about shit that applies to them.
No, of course.
You know, if me and mine aren't affected, it's like all these legislators, and like I said, that United States has more than 8 times the amount of school shootings than the rest of the world combined. But if these were to happen in private schools, oh, you bet your ass there'd be some new legislation coming out.
Based on Consumer Reports, it appears that as of right now, there is no federal rule that says pickup trucks front blind zone can only be X feet long. As in, there is no rule that says, hey, if it's this long, you can't have that. It doesn't exist. As long as the truck meets crashworthiness and emissions, lighting, and other safety requirements, it can be sold even if the hood creates a substantial area directly in front of the vehicle that the driver cannot see. So that's why modern pickups legally have very tall hoods and large front blind spots. There's no rule that says you can't.
Why would you, as a manufacturer, want that product out there?
Oh, because it's good for men with small penises.
I remember when SUVs started to become a big thing because they show all these small women who felt powerful in these big trucks.
Yeah.
That was the initial thing. But now that's elevated and escalated, and now it's to pickup trucks now. But
they're as big as Sherman tanks. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Here, I'll do a pickup truck to Sherman tank comparison. Hold on, give me a moment. Holy shit.
But think about that, though. We're just like, the safety doesn't matter. They're a good seller. They'll be a good seller, too, if you lower the hood.
So here it is. I'll go ahead and provide it for everybody to see for themselves that indeed an F-150 is almost as big as a M4 Sherman tank from World War II.
So the Sherman tank was safer for pedestrians because it had a sloped front.
Daniel just said that the Sherman tank was safer for pedestrians because it had a sloped front. And if you look at it, it does have a sloped front. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just wild.
Insane. We just don't even care at all.
Dude, I hate trucks, dude.
And all.
My hatred of trucks is everlasting. You have no idea. I was planning on actually making a video, like a fully edited video of me just blasting trucks for as long as I can think of. Like, as long as I have something to say, I just keep, and I just totally just 1,000% crash out. Just crash out on everything with it. Here's another one.
I just think that we just need to make it more, put pressure on. That's all people respond. That's all countries respond to. That they might go out and be sued, or people stop buying it. That's all the things that these companies respond to.
Here, we got another one here. It says, size comparison, World War II tanks and American trucks and SUVs. An American M4 Sherman is 228 by 103 by 108 inches. And then a Ford F-150 is 250 inches long, 80 wide, 78 inches tall. It's longer than an American M4 Sherman.
Hey, what are your thoughts on the Karmelo Anthony, on the verdict?
Oh, I did not see the trial. Is there somewhere where I can watch the full trial?
Yeah, he was found guilty.
No, I'm saying is there somewhere where I can watch the full trial?
I'm sure there is. Were you aware of the verdict?
Yeah, he was found guilty. Hold on, let me look this up.
What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I have not seen the full trial, but I mean, from what I saw, it just seemed like, hey, kid stabs another kid goes to jail. I'm like, okay, why is everyone freaking out about this? I get it's a black kid and a white kid, right? So they're trying to come up with some sort of a racist pitch to it. But in my opinion, I'm like, if the facts are that a black kid stabbed a white kid, then yeah, jail. It wouldn't matter if it's a white kid stabbing a black kid.
I'm refreshingly surprised by your answer.
Okay. You'll notice I'm very consistent. I'm very consistent.
No, you aren't. But again,
yes, I am. Why you do that to me, Rob?
Falsehood. Because it's false. Because today you're saying this, and then to the next week you're saying something else.
No, I'm not. Come on.
Yeah, you review your video. You review your show.
Yeah, of course I review my stuff.
All right, so you catch yourself saying opposite ends of things. You're saying
no, but see, here's the
things.
thing, right? This is what I don't like, right? I got Midnight Shadow saying all the blacks were making it about it. Yo, bro, chill. What are you? All the blacks?
Yeah.
Bro.
Just chill me. Is chill a euphemism for shut the fuck up?
Well, no, just dude.
Yeah, but
you don't gotta make it.
I'm in agreement with you.
They're making it
and
racist.
I did see people make it a race. And I don't feel like it was. It was. I mean, and then people saying, "Well, I didn't really follow it because." I'm like, he stabbed his kid.
What was the kid's name? What was it?
I don't remember it. Only reason I remember the other guy's name because it's Karmelo Anthony.
Karmelo, yeah.
It's Karmelo Anthony. That's the only reason why I know his name. But the thing is that he stabbed the guy. They got in an argument. Somebody offered him to come into the tent. Obviously, it wasn't the person whose tent it was.
So you cannot. So the trial of Karmelo Anthony, it was not televised. It cannot be watched live as it happened. The judge had banned cameras as well as live streams from inside the courtroom.
Let's not try to make this bigger than it needs to be.
Well, so here's the thing, right? Can I just be honest with you? When it came to the, what was it? Oh shoot, what was it? I'm blanking on the name. I tend to watch lots and lots of trials, and I'll watch the full trial. Kyle Rittenhouse.
Does court TV still come on now?
No, I if it's on YouTube and it's got live and it'll have 8-10 hours long per.
Oh.
I will watch every single day. I remember I do that with just about as long as it's televised or it's, I can see the full thing. That's kind of why I established a different perspective from most left-wingers regarding the Kyle Rittenhouse situation. Because the evidence did show that Kyle Rittenhouse did everything in his power to avoid combat. You know,
by
he
bringing a gun he wasn't supposed to be in possession of.
That's true. That's true. But that would be like a misdemeanor. But I mean, when he was targeted
I mean, like when
by
I
the
bring
crowd,
a
he ran several
if
blocks.
I bring a high
he avoided.
capacity weapon cross state lines.
That's correct. Well, he can do that. You're allowed to do that.
No, he can't.
I mean, it's
no, he
that
wasn't
in
allowed
and
to
of
do
itself is a separate case to specifically whether or not that he, he did his due diligence in avoiding.
No. We can say that automatically he was. That was an illegal act he committed, correct?
What?
Was that not a legal act? Him, underage person bringing the gun across state lines.
It was not a factor in the case. No.
But it was still. Was not my question. Was that an illegal act?
It was not brought up in the case, so it's not really relevant.
So that means yes, then. Okay.
I don't know.
You know it was.
I'm sure it didn't have anything to do with the case regarding.
But you know that it was illegal act.
That one other person. But the point.
You do realize that.
I don't know. I don't know. I'd have to look it up.
It was. You had this point about it, so I know you're saying that you're aware and follow that case in that situation, so you know.
Yeah, because I watched the whole trial.
So that means you know that was.
It was the same thing with like the Derek Chauvin trial. Like it was pretty obvious that Derek Chauvin was guilty there. He was super guilty.
Okay, that's good deflected, but he started out with an illegal act.
I'm just saying. I watch the full thing and then I don't like to just listen to like a synopsis and then I walk away. No, I like to listen to the full testimony.
I'm talking about the very beginning. That kid committed an illegal act, a crime, in fact.
Yeah.
So, if now you can say that what happened in the death or the shooting, you can say that he was found not guilty of that. That's separate. But he started out with the crime, and I feel that if I wanted to go down there to help people with my, I don't know, what's his training? He had, what did he have? CPR training or something like that?
Yeah.
There are thousands of people in every state that have CPR training.
Uh-huh.
You going to go cross state lines?
He was a nurse. I don't know if he was like one step below a nurse,
but yeah. He's not a nurse because he wasn't even.
He wasn't a nurse. He was one step below, but he had
wasn't
training.
He like 17?
Yeah, he had training.
Wasn't he a teenager?
He had training. He did.
I think he was a CPR, right?
I think it's beyond just CPR.
Okay, but I mean, what I want to point out to you is this. It's suspicious that I want to go down there altruistically to help people with my limited
I think I see why it wasn't brought up in the case because Kyle Rittenhouse did not.
With my limited extremely limited medical training, but I'm bringing this high capacity firearm.
Okay, so Kyle Rittenhouse did not get in trouble for bringing the gun across state lines because he never actually transported the firearm over state lines. Court testimony and police records confirmed that the gun was already being stored at a friend's house in Kenosha, Wisconsin, and then he drove across state lines without the weapon. I forgot about this. I do
believe that was his mother's gun, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, so the gun was already across state lines.
So was that his mother's gun?
Whose gun was it? Whose gun was it for Kyle Rittenhouse? It was legally purchased by his friend Dominic Black. Black bought the AR-15 style weapon at a hardware store in Wisconsin using Rittenhouse's money. Because Rittenhouse was 17 at the time, he was too young to legally purchase the firearm himself.
Mm-hmm.
Now, just so you're aware, right, Black was charged with 2 felonies for providing a dangerous weapon to a minor, but accepted a plea deal in 2022 to avoid prison time.
Mm-hmm. Now, do you believe that story?
Yeah. Why would I have any reason to
Okay, I give you the money to buy me a gun, and we'll keep it, 40 minutes away
Hold on.
from
So
my house.
Black committed a felony. Yeah.
No. Do you believe that you would give somebody the money to buy a weapon that wasn't going to be at your house?
What's your point?
I'm saying, do you believe that story?
Believe what? What I just said?
That
Yeah,
he
it's this is on,
hold on, that
this
this
is
guy
on the
purchased the weapon for
WTTW
Rittenhouse.
News, and I have no
This guy-
reason to doubt that it
Okay,
is
so
incorrect.
listen. I live 30, 40 minutes away from you. I say, hey, I'm gonna give you the money. You buy this weapon for me,
Okay.
and you keep the weapon at your house. I'm gonna have to go drive 30, 40 minutes every time I want to see, use.
I mean, maybe
something
yeah. I
with-
mean, I'm not doubting that Kyle had an intent to use that firearm.
No, that's not was my question. You actually believe that it was at that friend's house?
Yeah. The man who bought an AR-15 style rifle for Kyle Rittenhouse pleaded no contest on Monday to a reduced charge, contributing to the delinquency of a minor in a deal with prosecutors, which allows him to avoid prison. This is the guy who bought the gun. He pleaded no contest.
Okay. All I was saying was that it's very, you can't prove it, but it's suspicious that it was
He
at his house
pleaded
the
no
whole time.
contest, as in the accusation was that he
Right, well,
bought
we
the
know that
gun
because he
for
signed
Kyle
for it.
Rittenhouse, and so he was like, "Yeah, I did do that. No contest."
Right. Okay, but I don't even want to talk about the friend at all. All I was pointing out was that, hey, I don't believe that this guy that well, I'm looking at the show and I'm getting an ad, live show. Go ahead, you're making money, pissing off people, but you're making money though.
Why am I? All I'm doing is just rattling off basic shit. I don't know.
No, I'm talking about the ad on your stream.
Hold on. Merk says, man, have I actually found a YouTube community that I actually like? And its host is left-leaning? See, this is the type of Discord we need. True.
You are left-leaning. You are strongly
very
left-leaning.
Yeah, it's fair.
But, okay, but no, like I said,
I'm still a capitalist, though, so there's that, which is weird.
I believe that, like I said, that, like I was saying about the Karmelo, I think he deserved to be guilty.
Daniel said he gives me a few more months of being a capitalist.
15, 20 years should have been his sentence, and I'm cool with it. I didn't like that it became a racial thing. I felt that the evidence kind of spoke for itself.
Yeah, I mean, dude, somebody stabbed somebody, go to jail. I'm sorry.
Now, from that,
I haven't followed they track me? Like, why? Like, the guy is just like, no, you don't get to win, stab. Like, I wish I could see the trial. I wish I would love to see the trial.
From what I understand was that people said, well, they had 4 black jurors that were, refused jury. From what I understand, like those people,
yeah, but I don't know that. I don't know that. I need to see.
I just said from what I understand. Yeah. No, I know that there were 4 black people that were not allowed to be on. They were, removed.
Well, hold on. So
not removed. They weren't allowed to be on union. But that's legal.
That might be for a good reason, right? Like if they see that there's bias there,
I was about to say.
It doesn't matter if they're white or black. The problem is if they're biased in their representation.
Can I, if you allow me, sir? Yeah. What I was going to say was, from what I understand, again, I haven't followed it closely. From what I understand, was that they showed bias. They seemed to show bias.
Yeah.
So, if that's the case, it's legitimate.
Yeah.
They shouldn't have been allowed to serve on a jury.
And mind you, right? The prosecution and the defense attorney
are both allowed to have people.
They both get to decide and agree who would be the best.
They get the same number of challenges. They say, no, I don't want this person.
Yeah.
Even if you don't get the challenge, you can say, no, I don't want this person. Now, if that last part wasn't accurate, if they didn't show bias and they just didn't pick them because they were black. That's going to be interesting come time for appeal.
Yeah, I mean, I
That
would
would
like
be
to
interesting.
see. I mean, I wish I could see the full trial. I would love that.
That would be interesting.
Anyway, appreciate your call, Rob.
Yeah, man.
You have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.
You do the same.
What do you think? Do you think I have a bad
About
bad
Kyle Rittenhouse?
position for Kyle Rittenhouse? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's like what happened there, because I can agree that maybe he did like everything in his power once he was in the position.
So
But
don't get me wrong, right? He sucks. Just
no,
FYI.
but what I think,
I don't think he's a great guy.
I'm gonna
I
tell
think
you what my
because like,
what my
dude,
position is.
by the way, FYI, as soon as like that he was acquitted, he immediately sought to monetizing it and going to like right wing podcasts. And I'm like, dude, chill. You fucking killed people. Okay,
Yeah, I mean, he was kind of like the messiah of the right wing.
Yeah, don't celebrate this. This is not something that's like you won. Okay, Lilo, stop talking about
saw
it.
that
You know
coming.
what I mean?
I saw that coming before
he
that
didn't need to
happened,
become
right?
the next fucking Fox News talking head, bro. And I was
I don't think he was necessarily feeling any remorse for what happened. I didn't really believe his performance on the stand.
Yeah.
And as Rob was pointing out, I think like the whole thing, everything that happened after he was kind of like, let's say, engaged by the mob, was kind of like the fruit of the poisonous tree.
Yeah.
Because he put himself into that situation. He brought a gun that you shouldn't have had in there, right? So it's like and even if you're gonna say, well, he didn't cross it, somebody else got the gun and it was already cool, okay.
Yeah.
It's not that hard to kind of have somebody to do shit for you, right? And then that person is going to get in trouble themselves.
Forever Rain just said, Amender says Kyle did nothing wrong. No, I do believe he shouldn't have fucking been there. He never should have been there. He shouldn't have had that gun. It just shouldn't have happened. Never should have been there. He did do wrong on multiple aspects, but the question is not whether or not he did wrong. It has more to do with whether or not that he was innocent. And I believe that he did actually make conceited efforts to avoid violence, as can be seen through numerous bits of footage that shows that. Should he have been there? No. Did he make the right call being there? No. Did he make the right call having a gun? No. The answer is no to all that. Okay, so I want to be clear that I don't think like Kyle Rittenhouse is a good guy, right? I think he did a lot of bad stuff even after, right? He goes on fucking podcasts and shit, like, oh, look at me, like, no,
and
dude,
all of them,
yeah, like all of them.
The guy was like everywhere,
bro.
yeah.
I'm like, bro, this is
and
cringe.
it's like it's kind of like that's kind of like the second thing, right? Because as soon as that was over, he was like again, like super cocky, super confident, no remorse, no anything, fuck everybody. And it's like, oh, because that was kind of like the attitude of somebody that kind of got away with it.
Yes.
And it's like you could kind of feel it, right? It's like, do I agree with you that like technically speaking, right, if you're just gonna look at the technicality of it all, he was sort of innocent in the sense that it was kind of self-defense, right? Because I can't dispute that, right? He did try to kind of get away after he put himself into the situation, right? So it's like the problem is that the trial only focused on the find out portion of the faithful, right? The trial did not focus on the fuck around part of the whole situation, right? So it's like, if you're only going to try the
Do you
find
guys hear
out
my cat?
portion,
Do you hear her?
that's it. No.
You don't hear that?
Is she loud?
Hold on, listen. What is it, bubbies? Y'all don't hear. Hold.
I don't hear anything.
You don't hear that? All right, stop.
Yeah, but again, it's like, don't do it.
All right, hold on. Let me get. Let me go see. Just give me a sec. What is it, puppies? Puppies. What you doing? What are you doing? Hi, baby. I know. Phone call. I'm coming.
Yeah, I can hear it.
She got me this. You're on the line with First Amender.
How's it going, Amender?
Hey, fatassdogs.
Hey, nice to hear from you again. So I was thinking, what's your thoughts on the Karmelo Anthony trial and the completion of it?
I mean, I don't know what exactly happened, but I mean, dude, I was just looking at the footage or at the news broadcast, and they were just saying, one kid stabs another kid. Kid that stabs other kid goes to jail. I'm like, okay. I don't understand why people are making a big deal out of this.
Well, it makes sense, right? Well, okay,
That one kid stabs another kid and then they go to jail.
Well, I personally think I personally think the conviction was completely fair. I think 35 years was a fair sentence for that, and I really don't think the self-defense. His self-defense, what's it called? His self-defense.
Hold on, where are you getting that? Where are you getting that? Where are you getting this information?
What do you mean?
See, like normally how I come to a deliberation regarding, convictions and whether or not it's fair is that I go over the actual trial, but nobody has access to the actual trial. They just have access to like a news broadcast or something.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, but you want to know how I know he's guilty of it? Because one, his life was not in danger in the first place. Number one. Number two,
I don't know that.
Because you have four.
Again, like how do you come to these deliberations without actually having seen the case?
Because I paid attention to the trial.
No, you did. How do you pay attention to the trial? The trial that was not shown anywhere.
Yeah, I know, but you can pay attention to the court transcripts, can you not?
You're telling me that you read through the court transcripts regarding Karmelo Anthony?
Are they not public?
Did you listen to the court transcripts? Or what?
Yeah. I read them with my own eyes, Well, my own eyes saw them with the words and all that, so obviously I read them. And the claim was that he was defending himself.
They're not even available yet. What are you talking about?
Okay, but that was the main argument inside of the trial, though.
But you don't know that. None of us know that. We don't know that. The only thing that we can derive off of is like a news that was sitting there taking notes in the middle, and then they write a news broadcast about it. That's the closest thing that we can get. We don't actually have the exact information on this.
Fair enough, but what other defense would he have besides self-defense?
I don't know. I don't know all the details. I would need to know the details. I'm surprised you're so confirmed, and it's like, I would want to know the details. I'd love to go over it. I would spend hours. Bro, I'm a systems administrator by trade. And so I sit at the computer all day long. I love getting something that has a crap, hey, this is 8 hours long. Great. Fucking put it up on the side screen. I'll listen to it. It's perfect.
Fair enough. All right. Here, but here's a quick question before I go, okay? Before I go, if somebody were to push you, does that give you the right to stab them?
No.
Okay, my point exactly. Thank you very much, Amender. You have a great rest of your day. God bless you.
All right. He's so confident.
Why was he so pissy? Also, he lied to you.
Did he?
About the files.
It's like the court. There are no court transcripts. You can't find that. Yeah. That's not available to the public.
Yet. Yeah, those things are put on after the trial, a while after the trial.
True.
And it is dependent on the
maybe
trial.
Maybe we can look over it. And I don't know. Maybe I would like a video. That'd be good.
Yeah, I mean, it's to be very frank, it's on the face of it, it seems kind of and according to the testimonies that I've heard, it seems kind of weird, and it seems kind of this.
You know what I hate more? You know what I hate more than trucks, guilty. Daniel? You know what I hate more than trucks? Super yachts. I hate super yachts.
yachts.
I hate them even more. So this is Elizabeth Warren's post. Mark Zuckerberg's $300 million yacht arrived in Seattle the same day. Meta has cut 1,400 jobs, part of a larger round of 14,000 job cuts. Nothing says that our economy is broken, like billionaires sailing around on yachts while workers are left out to dry. Let's take a look.
Yeah.
Here's a picture of Mark Zuckerberg's $300 million yacht floating into Seattle on the same day that Meta laid off 1,400 workers. Does anything scream our economy is broken more than that? But that's Trump's America. Funnel wealth and tax dollars to the ultra rich, while everyday Americans get peanuts. His whole agenda fits on a bumper sticker. Billionaires win, families lose. We need to fight back.
So did you know, Daniel? And I heard this was on the haves and the have yachts, that there apparently is a person, a cleaner, that walks around these yachts with a Q-tip, and their job as the Q-tip cleaner is to find the little tiny nooks and crevices that brooms and regular like Swiffer brushes cannot reach, and that they run a Q-tip through these crevices so that way it is in perfect condition, so that way this billionaire can use their yacht 1 month out of the entire year. Did you know that fucking exists?
I find that pretty normal, to be very honest with you.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, this is just because this is the level of wealth and power these people have. Yeah, and it's like for them is absolutely normal.
Listen,
to have that doesn't matter.
I just want to point out, right? I, as a capitalist, that's too goddamn far. You can't do that. You're not allowed. I don't agree. You can't do that. There's no fucking way. You're gonna tell me that you can have this $300 million yacht and you've got like 50 people that are managing it, all for a family of 5?
Well, not even for a family of 5.
For a family of 5,
it's
bro.
for a family of 5, maybe a month of the year.
Yeah, 1 month out of the entire year. I'm like, they don't even fucking use it. It's staffed all year, right? And by the way, assuming that the staff only
and they're
makes
just consuming
$40,000 a year, assuming that the staff only makes $40,000 a year, right? That's $2.4 million, bro. A year. They don't even think about it. They're like 2.4 million? Oh, fucking nothing. Who cares?
Yeah, but those things are like they're money drain, because
it's horrendous. Drives me crazy, dude.
The maintenance of one of those things is just like horrendous, right? It just drains money, right? Like for nothing, for literally nothing.
This one's here we go. Midnight Shadow says, Amender, go do some charity activity for the poor because you have too much subs. Wait, is he saying I have too many subs? Hey, we're growing. Hey, you know, they used to say, Daniel, that you ain't going anywhere. Nobody likes you. And now it's like, hey, you got too many subs. That's great. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. By the way, if you're not subbed, bro, you got to sub, right? This keeps on growing. We're going to the moon, baby. And he says 1,000 subs is not a lot. It's not a lot. It's not. It really isn't. We're growing though. I believe in it. All right. So I see here that there is I feel terrible for this, but there is a video here that's posted by Destiny. So let's take a look and see what that has to say. What? Excadriller says, ew, first has got a man bun. Actually, it's a ponytail. And who's to say I won't go trans one day?
Dude, I also have long hair.
You cannot stop me.
Like I've been having long hair for like decades.
All right, let's see here.
I've been censored, I've been imprisoned, I've been assaulted, I've had my businesses shut down. This guy's dealt with nothing except cucking to his wife's boyfriend.
I see those 60 days in federal prison weren't kind to you. I'm sorry that you weren't able to do the podcast in prison like you wanted to. I know that's still upsetting you a lot. Only one of us up here has been arrested for trying to be a part of a coup or an insurrection against the United States. Only one of us up here hates this country. And I think it's pretty obvious it's the guy that doesn't even acknowledge the results of the last election. One of the most important foundational pieces of the United States,
So
which
stop
is the
stealing
peaceful,
them. So
which is
stop
the,
stealing them.
which is
So
the,
stop
no
stealing
one
them.
is stealing it.
So
No one is
stop
stealing
stealing
it.
them.
Why don't you vote?
So
Show
stop
up at the
stealing
polls
them.
and vote. Vote via the opportunities that are available to you.
That's wild.
I've been
That is
censored.
wild, bro. That is wild. I apologize. I promise
So
not to
I'm
do that many
assuming-
Stephen Bonnell Destiny videos.
Yeah.
Boro says he
Mr.
loves Destiny.
Barbatelli,
Yo, honestly, I
Mr.
wish I could talk.
Minelli.
I wish I could talk as fast as Destiny.
Mr.
Destiny talks
Balotelli.
so fast and so quickly. I'm like, dude, I cannot maintain that. There ain't no goddamn way.
You need to show
yeah.
the Norm Finkelstein small clip again of him mispronouncing.
If anything, I'm
Destiny's
probably
name.
closer to like what is it? Sam Cedar, right? Because he does a lot of ums and a lot of uhs, and he pauses. There's a lot of inflection there, and I think I'm in that camp. I cannot keep up with Destiny's brain. It's too much. AWOL says, First Amender, even you hate the concept of the yacht. You have to admit that a yacht owner is still employing people, even if you think their job is frivolous, correct? I'm saying, like, what billionaires do is that it enables a level of ultra consumption that is just not sustainable by any metric. I look at it as like an opportunity cost, like, where one billionaire spends $50,000 on a fireworks show, just so they can blow up some fireworks, that could have been a person's salary, right? And that would have meant the world to somebody who say, 18 years old, they're fresh, they're trying to work, they're looking to make $40,000 a year, that would make their year. That would be great, right? And then what do you think is going to happen with that kid? That kid's probably going to go out, maybe buy something, maybe buy a phone or whatever. It allows the economy to move. If you have all of the money way up at the top and most of it is not at the bottom, then the cycle can't happen, right? You end up with this splendorous levels of wealth, right? We had less billionaires, but people were able to afford houses, right? And a lot of the billionaires that you see, a lot of them are just like business people that are in finance. They're like the nobodies of the world. You do not know these people. But they are ultimately the people that pay the actors. These are the people that pay, people that make exorbitant amounts of money. They sit there and they'll buy out an entire sports team just because they feel like it on a whim, stuff like that. It really is just exorbitant levels of wealth that I just think that we maybe should have a cap on this.
Also, like the yacht is just kind of like the symptom of the disease, right? It's like the moment you see like these mega yachts like going around, it's like you have to start thinking about there's probably a problem somewhere, and we need to kind of work to fix it.
Yeah, 50 says if billionaires didn't buy fireworks, then the firework factory would have to shut down though. As if like poor people don't buy fireworks. Like it just doesn't make any sense. Let's see. Wait a minute. What's unethical about cleaning the yacht? How is that unethical? Please clarify. No. We're not talking about regular cleaning. We're not talking about cleaning, right? We're talking about having a designated Q-tip person, right? It's too much. Another one is
that's like decadence.
Another one is
like,
imagine.
Immorality.
Here's another one that was found in the Haves and Have Yachts book was as soon as the billionaire or whoever it is that's like the guests are on the boat, as soon as they throw something away and say like the garbage, like imagine like the bathroom, like imagine like a little tissue that they just throw out into the garbage. As soon as they leave, there is a cleaner person that walks up right behind them and grabs the trash, the single piece of trash that was in that bin, and puts it into a larger trash bin, so that way it is perfectly pristine. As soon as they leave, it's as if that they were never there to begin with. And it's constant. It's just doing that on a constant basis. I'm like, that's too much. You can't do this. It's too much. It's too much wealth. There's no way you should be having that many people work for you. And it's like, bro, it's a family of 5. Why do you need a staff of 50? What's your point? What are you doing? It doesn't make any sense. I don't know. I think it's gross. It's like you've got people they're having a hard time eating, for goodness sakes. You've got people, they're homeless. It's like, dude, we could solve homelessness. We could. We just choose not to, because I don't fucking know why. We just choose not to. I don't understand why we don't have a housing first initiative. And here, this family of 5 can sit there and have a staff of 50. It ain't right. It ain't right.
And by the way, because he was saying, it's like, yeah, but there's people that have to take care of the yacht. And it's like, yeah, but at the same time, the existence of that yacht is actually taking other jobs away. Like, for example,
Yes.
the thing that you showed, because Mark
Yes.
Zuckerberg, in order to have his yacht, he's
100%.
firing people. Right?
Exactly.
So it's like there's
Exactly.
1,400 people getting fired for him to be
Exactly.
able to have that yacht that maybe employs, let's say, 50 people, right?
Yeah.
So it's like on the net, you're still gonna have more people without the jobs.
I agree. It's
Due
like,
to that yacht.
and it's only there to assist like an ultra consumption class. And I think it's gross. I think that we need to really consider where it's like, here's the thing. Like, one example was, I was taking my mom to an expensive dinner. Like, I think it's like $200 a head, right? It's very expensive, right? It's not something I do on a daily basis. It's like, hey, once in a while, hey, let's go to this nice expensive place. I don't mind dropping $400. And as I was driving there, to the really fancy place, I saw a homeless guy, like, oh, homeless, hungry, you need to eat, genuinely, I'm like, fuck, man, it ain't right. And it's like, and that's just me going to the, to a restaurant, right? And it's like, honestly, like $400 total. It's really not this insane amount. I mean, it's a lot of money, but it's not like an insane amount of money. The amount that they're spending on these yachts is like, bro, you cannot, like, imagine spending millions and millions of dollars on a parking spot in your yacht club. So that way you could show off to the other billionaire yacht buddies that you just have more money than them, bro. It's too much wealth. You gotta stop. We gotta stop.
I mean, this is kind of like the other part of it all, right? It's like the fact that these people get so obscenely rich that their social, the people they socialize with, they get fewer and fewer, right? And
yeah,
then they have this, because they need to compete, right? It's
yeah,
like
and they'll be like,
compete.
well, I
Exactly.
I don't hang out with the person that has 900 million. I have $2 billion. And then there's like people that have 500 billion or 200 billion. They're like, I don't hang out with those, people that have $2 billion. They're too poor for me. Like, bro, dude, that is so cringe, man. What is happening? It's so pathetic. It's so gross. Like, bro, there's
and it's all on the back of the working person.
There's
Let's not
homeless
forget
people,
about
bro.
that
I hate it. I dislike it very much. I really do. I have a genuine distaste for it. But yeah, that's where I'm at with it.
Yeah, well, it sucks, but what can you do?
Yeah, who knows? Let me take a look here. Let's see what else we can find on Twitter. Let's see. Your data tells you that 5 guys having 1 child is just as good for a new. What are you talking about? What? What are you talking about? What are we talking about in chat? What has happened to my chat?
I don't know, man.
Let me take a look here. Let's see what we can find. I'm looking for something. Give me a sec. Wait, did Donald Trump actually announce that the Iran war is over again?
No, he didn't.
Well, that's what this Twitter thing is saying.
Dude, they literally just bombed. Like yesterday, they just bombed again. Like,
well, hold on. Who are you to doubt the president?
I mean, the fact that he lies as much as I breathe.
Shut up. You sound like you have TDS.
Yeah. I'm not a Republican. I don't have TDS.
You got that? Yeah, right.
Trump denial syndrome.
I got
don't
that
have Trump denial
TTS. It's
syndrome.
called Trump truth syndrome. I'm just stuck in the
Exactly.
truth, the reality. Anyway, let's take a look at what he has to say.
Stock market's up. Big day. I know you'll never be satisfied, but that's okay. That doesn't bother me at all. We just made a great settlement of the war with Iran, and we're going to be subject to finalization of documents, which should get done over the next few days. Probably have a signing maybe in Europe, and it's a great thing. Stock market's up 1,000 points. That means they like the deal. See, that means they like. If the market goes down, that means they don't like the deal. But it's been up. Oil's dropped. Oil will start coming down to, I think, even lower than it was before. I said I was in Iowa. It was $1.85 a gallon. Big day.
Well, I'm reading from CNN. It says
Yeah,
that
yeah,
Trump
yeah.
says
I'm
US
literally
ended
looking
the
at this.
war,
It says, yeah, I have it right
Tehran
here.
has yet to confirm.
Yeah, it says
which
Trump
is-
says U.S. has ended the war with Iran, though Tehran has yet to confirm a deal. The president said on Thursday that he expected a signing ceremony for an agreement in the coming days, but Iranian official denied any final deal. What the fuck?
Classic. It's the same shit. He's been doing this
What?
for like weeks.
Trump touts progress. President Donald Trump claimed the U.S. has ended the war with Iran after earlier Thursday announcing a great settlement that he said he would resolve the conflict and reopen the Strait of Hormuz. Trump said Vice President J.D. Vance would attend a signing ceremony in Europe in the coming days. There's no confirmation from Tehran. Despite Trump's announcement, Iran's foreign ministry spokesperson said that the country has not yet reached a final destination on any agreement. According to state media, the spokesperson said reports of the deal were merely speculation. What the fuck?
Yep. Another classic, man. Another freaking classic.
I hate our president. He's so stupid.
It's like,
Why
I
is
told
he
you, it's
so
like he just
stupid, Daniel?
lies. He's not stupid. He just lies.
No, he
just
is
lies.
stupid.
I mean, he's also stupid, but he's like
He's stupid
more
and a
than being
liar,
stupid,
both.
he
Can't he
just
be
lies,
both?
right? He loves to lie. And by the way, I'm gonna tell you, it's like the problem with this war in Iran is that Iran will not acknowledge and will not go to peace, will not sign like a peace deal unless Lebanon is actually included in the whole deal. And the reality of the matter is that Israel does not want a cessation of the fighting in Lebanon because they want to take Lebanon.
Just 55 said he's manifesting. Our president is speaking it into existence.
And don't forget he had a picture of him as Jesus, right?
Wait, what happened to my phone call? What the hell? Why didn't you call?
He got your hopes up.
He's manifesting. Bro, it's wild. There, he read The Secret and made a vision board. Yo, who remembers The Secret? That shit was trash. I remember, like, what was it? I think I remember my my mom's boyfriend, like, from years ago. He had like he like wanted an Audi R8. And he like put a picture of an Audi R8. And I was like, why do you have this picture of the Audi R8? And he's like, I'm manifesting. I'm like, I'm sorry, what? I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? And then he was like, yeah, so you have to like wish for it and then it will come. I'm like, that doesn't seem. I was like, like, where did you get that? I didn't understand it as a kid. To this day, I'm like, dude, that shit's dumb as fuck, bro. That is dumb as shit.
Yep. It is what it is.
Oh, man. Let's see. Stinky Log says, is that Resist OP guy here? RGR Danger says, how is he acting surprised about this? Yo, true. Let's see. And if you don't get it, it means you don't manifest good enough.
You need to do a better job at manifesting
Get
it.
better at manifesting, nerd. Clearly, you're not. Hold on. Maybe if I get my my hat. Where's my hat? Hold on.
Yeah, dude, get your hat.
Shit.
There you go. Manifest it.
The war in Iran is over. I will it into existence.
I mean, don't forget, it's like it's.
We gotta be the MAGA
Friday.
people. Hold on. MAGA great again. I will it into existence that we are no longer at war with Iran. Boom. Stock go up.
Well, because it's Friday, right? It's like it's getting on Friday, so they need to up the stocks, right?
Yeah, they
And
gotta
then on
increase the
Monday,
stock value.
on Monday, no peace. It's fine.
Yeah, then they sell the stock, right? And they say, sorry, no peace. And then they buy the stock.
Again, Amanda, don't forget, 2/3 of Donald Trump's.
I hate these
wealth
people.
Has
The
been
power
made
of
in the
MAGA
last
compels you.
2 years.
That's just stupid, man. It's just dumb as fuck.
No, I remember when you had like who was before Reagan? Oh my, I'm blanking out. President before Reagan. You know, that had to sell his avocado farm, right? Just to not have like a conflict of interests, right? And now you have Trump, who's just making deals with like other countries on a daily basis, who's manipulating the stock trade, who's like literally stealing from other countries like Venezuela, you know, stealing their oil and putting it in like a fucking bank account in Qatar, right? It's like it's just crazy. It's just insane. It's just insane that, you know, Americans are looking like some of them, you know, like 30%, they're looking at that and say, yeah, that's fine. I mean, I can't even imagine if like Biden or Obama did
All right,
even
here we
like
go. Here we go. Somebody we
10%
like
of
a
that.
lot more. David Pacman. Do you like David Pacman? Do you know David
It's
Pacman?
just
I
fine.
like David Pacman. I think he's a smart guy. Anyway, let's hear what he has to say.
A bit too centrist for me.
Yesterday, Donald Trump was asked about the new 3+ year high inflation rate under his administration, 4.2%. Trump ran on inflation will be low. It will be lower than under Biden. It will drop like a rock. The opposite happened. Yesterday, we learned that inflation has spiked to its highest level since early 2020.
Oh, what did Did the tariffs not work?
Not
didn't
yet.
work?
You need to wait for like 25 years so Trump
Oh,
dies.
okay, fair
and, like,
enough,
a
fair enough.
Democrat
We gotta
comes to
wait.
power
Yeah,
so
we
he
gotta
can
wait.
fix the
Yeah,
economy.
yeah. Then they can say, then they could successfully say that it was actually Trump and that the Democrats
Yes,
are
of
riding the
course.
success. There you go.
There you go.
Makes
You got it
sense.
23. It is the highest inflation level in years. And in fact, if you excuse the COVID spike, this is the highest inflation rate in the United States of more than a decade. Trump is asked, are you worried about this? I mean, after all, you said inflation under Biden of 2.8% was a disaster. You said you'd bring it down. You must be worried. And Trump glitches or not. And he goes, no, I love it. I love the inflation. Making some ask, was this a brain event that he just had?
Sir, Mr. President, about the latest inflation number which came out this morning. Could that be a
No, I
headwind
love it.
for
The
Republicans
numbers were
in terms of
great.
trying to hold
You know what I
up the
really
House
love?
and Senate?
I love the inflation. You know why?
Why?
Because as soon as this war is over, you know, I can say it now.
I love the inflation is wild. You can't say that when everyone is suffering, bro. You can't say that.
Something you didn't know. Do you know we've been taking out millions of barrels of oil? Nobody knows it. You know who doesn't know about it? Iran until right now.
Oh, by the way, can you
We
pause
took
it a
out the
bit?
other
Because
night-
I forgot about this bit. Because he says, we've taken out billions of barrels of oil. He's implying that they took out billions of barrels of oil through the Strait of Hormuz, but they did it at night, so the Iranians don't see it. Do you have any idea? Do you have any idea how fast an oil tanker is?
Not fast.
Not fast at all.
Move
It's
about
kind
like
of
10 miles an hour, I think.
Yeah, it's like going on a bicycle.
Yeah.
Right? It's like that's how fast it is, right? It's like it's impossible for you to fucking go and do that all the time, because like you can't. It's like because that oil tanker needs to be filled, right? Which happens at a port. They will know if you're filling it, right? It's like they know all these things. You don't necessarily need a radar. They got motherfucking drones, dude.
That's
They
just wild.
can fucking just see it. Plus, the Strait of Hormuz is mined, right? There's mines in the strait. That's why it's like if you want to go through there, they need to guide you through their fucking mines. It's like they're not dumb people. It's like, and this motherfucker.
Sorry, it's
has the
anywhere, but
audacity
it's
to
around
make everybody
14 to
think-
17 miles an hour, according to Shipsmith.
Yeah, it's like 30 kilometers an hour max.
Yeah. 22 to 28 kilometers an hour. Anyway, let's listen.
22 ships. Late at night with no lights because they don't have any radar because we blasted the crap out of it.
All right. So he loves the inflation.
He loves
Couple
the inflation.
possibilities. Number one, Trump doesn't understand inflation. Maybe he thinks.
I mean, he's like a billionaire, right? Like, why would he care about inflation? He'd be like, I can pay for whatever. It doesn't matter what the inflation gets to. I can pay for whatever I want. Like, none of this affects me. It's kind of like where he's like, I like that fascinating word. It's a really fascinating word. It's very fascinating. Groceries. It's a beautiful word, a very old word. And I'm just like, do you
I've
even
never
know?
seen one.
Like, I don't even know. Yeah, I don't even think he, like, the way he spoke about it, it was like clear to me that he had never, ever gone shopping for groceries. Like it didn't make sense to him.
Of course not. Yeah.
Is it
It's
possible
just like
Trump
when he was
thinks
talking
a higher
about the
number is
Bible.
good,
It's
sort of like a
I love the
score?
Bible. The
The
best.
best you
What's
can
your
do is to
favorite
get it.
verse?
What's your
All of
favorite
them,
book?
the entire
I don't
Bible,
want to
the
get
entire
into that. I don't want to.
wanna
It's
get
too.
into that.
It's too private for me. I
politicize the
can't.
Bible.
I can't possibly.
love
Don't
it,
put me on the spot.
10. Well, Biden only had a 3 and I just got a 4.2. Is it possible Trump doesn't understand inflation? Is it possible that Trump simply doesn't care about Americans? And he goes, listen, I'm getting to do a war and inflation only went up to 4.2%. I don't know. But this has to be made into a campaign ad. You now can combine.
True.
No, I don't think about Americans'
True.
financial situations when I make these
True.
foreign policy decisions. The gas prices are peanuts. Gas prices are low relatively. No, I love the inflation. That would be a great approach, I believe.
It's great. It's fabulous. It blows my mind, dude. The way that these people are, man. It just blows
Remember
my
when
mind.
he was comparing like this thing with like, but he's like, we had wars.
Yesterday,
we
Donald Trump
had the war in Vietnam. We had the big one. The
was
World
asked
War
about
II. It was worse back then. It's like me telling you. It's like, why are you so upset for me hitting you? It's like, did you see that guy
didn't he
shooting
run?
that other person?
Didn't he
it's
like
weird, man. It's
he
crazy.
ran on
inflation.
on inflation? He
Yeah, that was
ran
one
on
of
it.
these big things. Yeah, one of the biggest.
He's like,
things
I'm going to bring
in his
inflation
campaign.
down. He's doing the virtually
Day
all his
one, day
campaign
one.
promises just they didn't come to fruition.
Do you know what he ran on? He ran on reducing inflation, making the price of electricity, cutting it in half, and getting the price of oil like $2 per gallon or something like that. It's like literally none of these are like happening right now. Inflation is higher. The price of electricity is just going up
Yeah.
and up and up.
So let's
And
pull up
oil
the-
is obviously way more than $2.
Let's pull up the campaign promises of 2024 for Donald Trump. I focused on sweeping economic, immigration, and cultural shift as core pledges centered on enacting mass deportations. Okay, I'll give him that. Great, awesome. Imposing heavy import tariffs. Oh, that did happen. Extending tax cuts for the rich mostly. It wasn't for the regular working class.
Well, obviously.
Eliminating taxes on tips and overtime. That did happen. Expanding domestic fossil fuel production. That did not happen.
It didn't happen. Yeah.
Not really.
It's actually lower than on during
And
Biden's,
dismantling
administration.
diversity and transgender rights initiatives. Okay, so that did happen. So it looks like he wants to extend the expiring 2017 tax cuts and reduce corporate tax. Yes, so this helped the rich and corporations, but not the people. eliminate federal income taxes on tipped wages, overtime pays, and Social Security benefits. Okay, so the Social Security benefits decreased, and he did do the no tax on tips and overtime pay. I don't know if he did this, but the federal income taxes never happened. But I guess towards tipped wages, I suppose. The tariffs, he implemented a baseline tariff of at least 10% on all foreign imports and 60% tariffs on goods from China. Yes, well, that did happen. There is mass deportations. That's true.
Well,
Border security.
Don't forget, those things were illegal, as the Supreme Court said they are illegal. Right?
He also did want to
thing
end
with,
birthright citizenship. Thankfully, that has not happened.
He did want that.
That'd be awful. Basecoff Flashy says, Trump completed most of his campaign promises. It's just that his promises were garbage. True. Travel bans. Restore and expand travel bans on individuals from specific... Yeah, this is awful. Energy. Declare a national emergency to maximize domestic oil, gas, and nuclear energy productions by loosening regulations. He did loosen regulations, though. He did loosen EPA regulations, but we did not increase domestic production. He withdrew the United States from the Paris Climate Agreement. Yeah, that's true. That did happen. Why does he just like do everything that's like awful? Like the things that did happen are like awful. He cut federal funding for schools. True. But not just pushing critical race theory or having a mask or vaccine mandate. He just did it for everybody. And he pursued the elimination of federal department. Yeah. Great. Fabulous. That's what we need. Civil rights and DEI, ban transgender athletes from competing in female sports. I don't think that actually happened. I think that's a states by state issue. And it's also like, it's super, like banning people on the basis of sex is definitely like legally not okay. Reinstate restrictions on transgender service in the military. Oh, this was found unconstitutional. This, by the way. And eliminate diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives in the federal government. Yeah, so they did ban a lot of black people because they were like, oh, you couldn't be here based on merit. You must be here because of DEI. And so they got rid of them. Government efficiency. Establish the Efficiency Commission to conduct financial and performance audits of the federal government. I love that Donald Trump is doing this. And knowing that he has actually spent more and created more of a deficit than any of the other past presidents. Hold on, by president.
That is a great thing to...
Here, I'll just pull this up real quick. Just FYI, right? Is this it? Hold on. I think this is it. Let me just make sure. Where's our bid? Where's our... I'm trying to see like a by president line graph. It's kind of what I was hoping for. Here we go. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Hold on. Here's the federal deficit by president. You can see here, Clinton brought us into a federal surplus. Bush brought it down. Obama improved it. Trump brought it down.
Oh my God. He brought it down so hard.
By like a lot.
Oh
Yeah, like
God.
yeah. It's what a shame.
Yeah. Well,
Let's see. Stinklog says, why does First Amender want to get pegged by Trump? Did he ghost him? Come on, debate trans stuff like last time. What do you mean?
Oh, and by the way, Amanda, if you're ever curious, look at the number of jobs created by Democratic presidents and then compare it to
that's a bad one.
To the Republican presidents, right? It's like the vast majority of jobs in the United States were created
it's bad.
by Democratic presidents.
It's bad.
Yeah, because Republicans don't care about governing. The only thing they care is just like tax cuts for the ultra rich. That's it.
So according
don't
to
have, like,
presidential data
any
here, it appears since World War II, significantly more jobs have been created under Democratic presidents than Republican presidents, with an average of roughly 2.25 million jobs created per year under Democrats compared to about 796,000 per year under Republicans. However, economists notes that this divide is heavily influenced by economic cycles, recessions, and global crises. So in absolute numbers from 1945 to late 2024, the U.S. economy added over 115 million net jobs, with roughly 72% of those jobs created under Democratic administrations and 28% during Republican administrations. Brutal. Brutal.
Yep, it is. And
same
again,
thing with
it's
like GDP per capita. Apparently GDP per
So-
capita rises higher under Democrats than it does
yeah.
Republicans.
Well, obviously, because the deficit.
Stinklog
is, like,
says,
it's
bro is
getting
using an
lower
AI
under-
summary. Yo, I don't even want to hear it regarding the AI summary, and I'll tell you why. Dude, I have provided people articles from the fucking Lancet, right? I will sit there and pull up like the Journal of Economic Progress, fucking whatever, the most empirical journal ever. Republicans don't give a fuck. They never gave a fuck about sources. They only want to serve whatever fucking idea that they got in their head and fuck the data. They don't care, right? I've given the most empirical journals ever, and nobody gives a fuck. They just say, well, those are like Democrat colleges, and they're probably wrong. And I'm like, oh, okay, all right, I guess. So I've just resorted to just using a simple AI overview, because like then at least we, there's something. But let's be honest, y'all don't give a fuck. I just ask open-ended questions and see what it spews out. That's it.
Oh, and by the way, let's not forget the fact that Republicans are using AI way more, right? And they're not they don't shy away to use AI when it reinforces their opinions.
Anyway,
They only have like these fingers. Like,
I do
AI.
got to get going. Let's see. Stinklog says maybe it's your personality. Like, what do you mean? I'm just pointing out what the facts are. Like, people get mad at what? Like, get mad. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, fucking argue the facts. Like, stop wasting my time with your bullshit. Anyway, if you guys liked this stream, hit that like button. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. I appreciate you guys very much. Stinklog. I have a feeling that Stinklog is Stink Dink. I have a feeling it's Stink Dink.
Yeah.
Do you have a feeling it's Stink Dink? I feel like it's Stink Dink. You think it's Stink Dink?
It's kind of there.
Stinklog, right?
Yeah.
Let me pull it up. Let me pull up his account. Let me see. Go to channel. Let's look at his channel. Stinklog's backlog reviews. This is Stink Dink, bro. It's gotta be Stink Dink.
Gotta be.
Welcome to my channel. I mainly focus on my backlog that I am slowly tucking through this channel on my Steam and GOG account. YouTube Stinklog. Harambe? Banger AI songs? Bro was criticizing me for AI and he's using AI songs?
I mean, that is crazy. That has to be the craziest.
You can't be like
the
this.
Craziest thing.
You can't do that, bro. You can't do that. Bro, you fucked up. You fucked up. You ain't no way you're gonna criticize me for using AI and you're using AI songs, bro. Bro, cringe. All right, y'all. I appreciate y'all very much. If you have not liked the stream, haven't subscribed, do subscribe if you haven't already. I hope you guys have a great